This shit is bad for your health. It's bad for you. Don't listen, but really do anyway. I'm Ross. Ross Reviews All. You're here. I'm here with my co-host. I got Nick, a.k.a. Apex.
What up, though?
And then I got my other co-host over here. We got Vince, a.k.a. Has He.
A.k.a. Reclusive.
Reclusive.
Let's go.
You live in a hole.
I feel like you can't have like 3 AKAs. Does not really work that way.
I feel like I'm being robbed right now.
And we're here with our guest, our very special first female guest.
Yeah.
And the first one introduced, right? Before the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're
Actually,
on schedule.
you should feel super
Pre-planned, baby.
special.
Pre-planned.
You should feel so special. You got a shout out at the end of last episode.
Oh, I did?
Yes, you did,
Yeah.
girl. Yes, you did,
Oh, nice.
shawty.
Good thing I showed up.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for that.
That always helps.
We appreciate it.
We don't look crazy now.
We were supposed to have another female friend of ours coming, but
Yep.
flaky.
Straight cornflakes.
Cornflakes and shit. No sugar. No sugar on them flakes.
Don't hate on her. She's got to work.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not understandable.
I tell people I'm working all the time, too.
Hell yeah. I don't even have a
It's
job.
a really good excuse.
Yeah. It is. Like, yo, I'm working. It's 12:30 at night, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm
Oh, I picked the graveyard shift up.
Literally in a graveyard. Digging holes and shit.
real life hits you sometimes.
But yeah, I wanted to tell you guys this story. All right, so I'll try to make it as concise as possible here. I guess it was last weekend. Yeah, I think it was last weekend. It was like a Friday or Saturday. We were hanging out at my house. I had a few friends over, and we were chilling out in the garage, and we were doing our thing, you know, blowing a little bit down.
Okay.
Doing our thing. Sticky, okay. But yeah, we're doing that. We're probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 bowl packs deep, and we're smoking fat ass blunt. Like, I got massive blunt in my hand. And this night out, we're just chilling in the garage. Everything's all gravy. All of a sudden, I look up and I see my mom right outside the garage door, and I'm just like, oh no, is she just standing there? Like, what the fuck is she doing?
Oh, shit.
But no, she wasn't just standing there. She walks right into the garage with a pizza.
Oh.
Wow, perfect.
She's got a pizza. She walks into the garage and she just starts waving her hand in front of her face and going, damn. It's like, you guys having fun out here? And I was just like, I froze. I'm like, shit. And she was like, it stinks bad in here. I was like, what does it smell like? And she just looks at me and goes, you know what it smells like. Drops the pizza on my toolbox and walks out.
Oh, shit.
I can one-up that story. I can totally one-up that story. I was in my backyard before, and I was smoking, like, I think I had like half a blunt. It was like a leftover from the night before. And I'm sitting there by myself, and I'm just smoking. And I turn around, and my dad starts walking right into the kitchen. This is when I lived with him. And he walks right, opens the door, cracks it open a bit, and just goes, yo, you got that sticky? I said, yeah. And I took another hit because I was like, he already caught me. I might as well.
Oh,
and then he just goes, yo, let me get some. And then me and my dad smoked for the first time together.
That's awesome.
That's a whole new bonding.
That's super awesome, yeah.
It was awesome.
Like, I've always kind of wanted that with my mom, you know.
I feel like you could have that with your mom.
Probably, but I'm not going to just be like, hey, mom.
She called contact. I'm sure she called contact when she walked in that garage.
That was the funniest thing, too, about it. Like, as soon as she walks out the door, it's mad quiet, and everyone's just staring at me, waiting for me to react.
That's the worst.
And Ted just looks at me. Ted looks at me and goes, yo, you should ask her for $10. She's high as hell.
That's awesome.
Oh, Lord. I was like, yeah, she probably paid for that.
Oh, my God.
Yo, it was crazy, though. Like, I didn't even realize how much it had been hotboxed in there. Because I normally leave the door open, so it doesn't get like that.
Yeah.
But somebody had closed the door behind them, and like, oh, my God.
I mean, at least she left you the pizza.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the best part. Smoking,
she could have been like a
got
real
caught
bitch
smoking
about
and
it
she had
and
munchies
taken the
for you.
pizza away
yeah.
from you.
And you know, the funniest part to me, though, was like we're still hanging in the garage, and my mind is racing. I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen? I don't know what to expect when I go back in the house. It's just gonna be crazy. So like at the end of the night, it's probably midnight-ish, a little after midnight. Everybody leaves, and I go back in the house, and I'm like, they should all be asleep by now. I ain't worried about it. I open the door, and first thing I see, perfect eye contact with my mom. I'm like, she's just sitting on the couch right in front of the door. I was like, hey, what's up? She was like, how you doing, Cheech?
Damn.
And she just kept calling me Cheech and
Got
shit.
him.
And I was just like, look, I'm high. I'm going to eat some ice cream and take it down. Yeah, that was
That's that feeling.
that was
I
pretty
just
much
get yelled at.
It is the
when I get
worst
caught.
when you get caught by your parents. It is.
Not my parents. This guy.
Yo,
I probably got the worst.
oh, for real?
My mom
Yeah.
would have kicked everybody the fuck out.
See, I remember when Vince's mom called us one time. We was trying to be sneaky as hell, smoking near the Bilco doors in the basement because we thought it would just like blow out the
Yeah,
basement
I've
door.
done that plenty of times.
But apparently his mom was like chilling in the kitchen, right, with the kitchen window open, which is right over.
Right
It's
there.
going right.
It's
like that.
right
Just
above the
doing it.
Bilco
Whoop,
doors.
Whoop, right back in the house.
Yeah, so we were like inadvertently hotboxing the kitchen and shit. And his mom, we just hear her open the door and she's like, y'all ain't sneaky.
That's my favorite though. Is like that's all I get. You're not sneaky, and I go, I know I'm not being sneaky.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't trying.
Gotcha, bitch.
Like if anything, I want you to know.
I
Shit.
feel like if I ever catch my kids like smoking weed, I'm gonna like yell at them and like make them feel like they feel so horrible about it, and then I'm gonna take the weed and smoke it myself.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I'm doing.
Make
Like
my
that
kid.
shit
wanted
bad
to
for you.
realize-
Fuck wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm taking this.
What's
Act
this,
like
a
I
half?
flush it down the toilet and
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Save it for like a nice cold
Yeah.
night outside.
What do you mean? I'd sit them right down and be like, you're going to watch me smoke this shit. I'm going to
even
put
better.
on my favorite movie that I know you hate because you're a little kid. Generations is different.
And now you're gonna bake me a cake.
Yeah, and you gonna cook me mushy, bitch.
If you want to get past this, I'm going to need mac and cheese. And
Don't tell your
chocolate chip
mother.
cookies.
Yeah. I got kicked out
That munchy life.
on
That-
April Fool's Day. I got kicked out and was told it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah?
like
Yeah.
semi-serious,
Yeah.
semi-April Foolish.
It was
joke.
for real though.
Oh, you know it was
it's like
for
your
real.
parents
was
regretted
for
it
real.
after they did it, so they're like,
It
oh,
was-
it's an April
That's
Fool's
when I
my
was
joke.
living here.
Oh,
It was
when
when
Yeah,
he
it was even
Oh,
worse. That's what I
yeah.
was saying. Not my
Someone
parents.
else's
Like,
parents?
where is
Yeah.
my- I got scolded by
Yeah.
somebody else's parents. That's what's
Oh,
crazy.
that's the worst.
Wait,
Don't you
for
feel
real?
even worse when you
Yeah.
get scolded by somebody else's parents?
The amount of disappointment is like you can't even describe it because like,
Oh,
my
yeah.
heart was just like this.
Right
yeah.
to the floor.
I was
Oh,
like,
it's the worst.
damn.
Yeah, man.
Right to the floor.
That shit is unprecedented. When like you think getting reamed by your own parents is bad, and then like your best friend's parents just bang on you, and you're like, oh, damn, like they respected me a little bit, maybe sometime in the past. That's
Rusty,
gone.
do you remember the time that you got interrogated by my mom?
Oh hell yeah,
Dude,
hell yeah. All right, so
sweating bullets.
So a little bit of
Straight
backstory.
sweating bullets.
Me and the guest here, Katie, we actually dated back in high school, fucking forever ago. But there were a couple pretty funny moments in that shit. The first time I met her parents was when they had to come pick her up from the police station when we got arrested together.
Wow. What a
Nice.
way to meet the parents.
The first words
Oh,
her
I can top
mom,
that story too.
the first words her mom ever spoke to me. It was nice knowing you.
Oh, shit.
I was like, oh, damn,
Damn.
I'm hit. I'm fucking hit. But yeah, then it was a few months later, whatever, shit had kind of cooled off a bit, and I was hanging out over at her house. Her dad was cool. He was just like, whatever, how you doing? And then her mom gets home from work and was just like, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. So she pulls me aside to the kitchen and shit, and she's just like, so what's your deal?
You're like 16 years old. Like, what's your deal?
Like, I didn't even have a driver's license yet. She's
Here's
like,
my portfolio.
yo, I swear to God. She's
Give me
like,
my resume.
what? Yeah, dude. She's like, what do you have to offer my daughter? I was like, I don't even have a high school fucking diploma yet. Like, what kind of question is that?
Bought her some animal crackers.
And I swear to God, I was like, well, I'm getting my driver's license soon.
I could take her wherever she wants to
And
go.
I'm like, I'm not sure how to answer this. And yeah, at some point she's like, and you need to stop being an asshole. And I was just like, damn. I was like, all right, I guess so.
Damn.
If it's hard to believe, I have an even worse meet the parents story.
Really?
Yes. Michael, my husband, when he met my dad for the first time, he walked in on us.
Oh my god.
He slept
That's-
over, and we were in the morning, hooking
Oh,
up,
yeah,
doing our
morning.
thing.
Little bit
My
of
dad
morning bang,
opens
bang.
the door. We don't even hear it open. My dad just looks at it and just looks both of us dead in the eye and just goes, "Oh wow," and shuts the door.
I wouldn't be able to finish. I would just be like, "Yep, I'm leaving."
Damn.
I'm out.
See, you say that though.
And that's the
out.
first time he ever saw
Dude, are you serious?
Michael.
I'd be like this the whole time, just looking over my shoulder, like
Nah, you're right. That shit definitely ruins the flow.
that would fuck me
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that could happen recurring. Like I would always be like,
Yeah,
all right, hold on,
that's
hold on.
what I'm saying.
I want to face the door.
Maybe I'll finish that time, but the other
Like,
times I
thanks,
may
Dad.
not.
Yeah, I'd be like, thanks, Dad. Way to
Here's the
ruin
best-
my bedroom.
Here's the
Can't
best part of
fucking
that
hear
story,
anymore.
though. It gets even better.
Uh-oh.
Michael walks down the steps. Now, I think this was, he walks down the steps, turns the corner, and he's like trying to just bolt right out the door, trying not to make eye contact and just bolt right out the
Oh,
door.
yeah.
And my dad stops him dead in his tracks and just goes, do you want to split this hoagie with me?
Wow.
And
Damn.
Mike was like, no, I'm full. I'm good. And just leaves.
He should have just been like, I
Holy
just split your
shit.
daughter.
See, that would have been good.
Damn.
That would have been good.
She's full too. Oh! Damn,
Yeah.
Nick Cannon hops out and shit.
Oh my god.
Yo, man,
Nah, I
awkward
couldn't do it.
moments with parents are the
Oh.
best. Like, I'll never forget that. As a matter of fact, it was involving the time that we got arrested together. Me and Katie here. It was actually pretty funny. Gary was supposed to be with us and ended up having to do something else.
Fucking snitch.
So
He snitched on y'all. He snitched
it
on
is
y'all.
interesting how he texted
Yeah,
me. He's
right.
not going to make it.
He snitched on y'all. That's messed up.
Hell yeah. But no, it was like he was supposed to be there, and I had forgotten. I mean,
Yeah.
I just forgot. We did our thing, got arrested, whatever. And then a few days later, I'm walking home from school, and Gary's dad is parked up on the corner waiting for him. So as I'm walking by, I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? And he was like, come here a second. And I'm like, okay, this can only be one thing.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yo, so I heard about what happened. And I just kind of like put my head down. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I also heard that my son was supposed to be with you guys. And I
was
swear
my
to
fault.
God,
Yo.
I swear to God, I had like that dumbass movie response. I was just like, no comment. And just walked away. And he was just like, yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that was it.
I think that was totally my fault because I told my parents that I was hanging out at Gary's house, and
Yeah.
that's how I ended up
Yeah,
there.
it was definitely back to you.
Yeah, it was my fault. I felt bad for that for so long. Even though nothing even happened to him, he got no trouble. Did he even get in trouble for that? Why should I even really feel
No,
bad?
because
what the hell are you
I would
stressing
have got
about?
fucking arrested.
intention to smoke
Yeah.
weed. I don't think that's a thing, especially not from parents. I knew what you were gonna do. Prove that shit.
Oh my god.
I know what you were gonna do.
In an alternate universe, you might be able to prove that, but you cannot.
I don't even know what would have happened if I got caught in high school because I got grounded for weeks for not taking out the trash and shit.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, you smoke, bitch, 5 years. Oh, shit. You
Dog,
wonder why I don't go out, bitch. I'm used to it. I'm rooted.
You used
That's
to
it.
get grounded for
Every fucking
everything.
day. I get grounded on my grounding.
Yeah, I remember.
How's that possible?
Yeah,
You're regrounded.
Yeah.
you're double secret grounded.
Like, damn, Pop, I'm just trying to be fly, you know what I mean?
Just trying to spread my wings, man.
Fly.
Trying to leave the nest.
Fucking
You
my
ain't
shit
letting me.
up.
All right,
Fucking my
Joe.
shit up, yo.
Vince, do you remember
Yo.
this? I'll never forget this shit because it was awkward as fuck for me.
Uh-oh.
We're chilling at your house in the basement playing games or whatever, and you're I think it was when you were delivering papers or something,
Yeah.
way back.
Oh, no.
And your dad
It's like middle school.
your dad opens
I was
the
gonna say,
door.
it's my dad. Here we go.
Yeah, your dad opens the door and he's like, Vincent, did you call the paper place about that thing or whatever? And you were like, yeah, I took care of it. And he was like, well, what time did you call? And you were like, I don't know, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And he's like, I told you to call at noon. Yo, he got super salty. He was like trying to kick me out
He
of the
didn't
house.
know
and
you were
shit.
there at first. That's why.
Oh, yeah,
he,
dude.
he was in real life mode for a second. See, that's how it is, man. I'll tell you what.
He's in real
Listen.
life mode.
Oh yeah, because we'll have people over. happiest man in the world. Boom, laughing, jokes, nonstop.
Hell yeah, playing quazy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, it's
Yeah,
back to
they can
reality.
turn it on
Everybody
and
leaves.
off. My mom does that.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? I thought we were having a good time. Oh, hold on a second.
The
Clean up
worst
the
is like,
backyard.
you know, when you're having an argument with your parents, or like, well, my mom is a perfect example. I'm gonna argue with my mom, and we'll be screaming at each other, like, you know, back and forth, and the phone rings. Hello. Like, perfectly fine, like, just barking at me, and then perfectly fine.
Oh,
like, hello,
Joyce.
How are you?
Isn't
Oh,
everything's
nothing.
great?
I'm just gardening. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't it amazing the way some people could play it off?
just turn it off, just like that.
They're like furious, fucking red in the face, and then somebody they're not mad at is like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?"
Yeah.
It's like, bitch,
That's the worst.
the fuck is that?
That's called being bipolar. That's what that's called.
Yeah, I guess.
That shit would happen all the time, though. Like, damn. Getting grounded again. Yep. I stopped getting grounded, I think, in high school, actually. Like, 17. I think I stopped getting
Guys,
grounded.
this is funny. Dude, I've been
Why
grounded.
did I listen? Like, you know what I mean?
I've
My
been
grounding-
grounded once in recent
I've been
memory.
grounded.
My
a lot.
grounding was so weird. It was like, you can't go out, but people can come over.
Not for me.
That's
Like,
awesome.
people always came over, hung out and
Ideal
stuff.
situation.
But like,
Everybody would know.
if I
like,
wasn't grounded, then I could go out.
That's when you
Yeah.
find out if you got real friends. You're like, I can only hang out if you come over here. Like, I'm busy. I can't come by.
Dude, my house was like the hangout in like elementary school, high school, because I had like Rocco's and like the ice cream store like right across the
Yeah.
street. Like everybody came on my porch. My
And
porch
you
was
got-
shit.
And you had a big ass house.
There's no air conditioning. It's kind of like.
Yeah, that was
I
a
remember
problem.
you wouldn't come over for the longest time because it didn't have air conditioning.
Oh, yo, no.
Because I don't even have like little air conditioning thing. I just don't even have like fans. No, I have like one construction
still
fan. is
hot
what I have.
air.
Yeah, dude. Like the most stagnant
Horrible.
heat
Yeah.
ever. And like every breath you take, you can just feel the
Feel it.
temperature increasing.
throat is just on fire.
Oh my
Terrible.
god. But yeah, man, awkward moments with parents, they're great. Like honestly,
They are because they're the stories that you talk about later down the road.
Yeah, because
I can't wait to have awkward moments with my children.
oh god.
I want to catch my child like masturbating and shit. I think it'll be hilarious.
All right, who says that? I want to catch my child masturbating. I can't wait for that talk.
Yeah.
If I
I
ever
can't wait to hear that like 20 years from now.
Oh my god, man! Like if I ever have kids,
Just like
And I
that's the
walk
one
in,
thing. Like,
oh,
have you ever walked in on
no.
somebody masturbating? That's just hilarious. Like
No.
it's like so like an awkward like. Oh my
no, I was walked in on once though.
Yeah,
That just ruined the
I
moment.
walked in on
Um,
an ex-boyfriend masturbating.
I didn't
before.
walk in on somebody
Yeah.
masturbating, but normally this person's house would be unlocked and the front door was locked, so we went to the basement door
Oh,
to go see if he was in the basement chilling, and there he was, just smacking it.
oh.
I was like, "Oh Lord, I'm out."
Wait,
Was he with somebody or by himself?
He was by himself,
Oh, okay, I didn't get what smacking it meant.
jacking it,
Oh, okay,
smacking
there
it.
we go.
little spanking. He's
Spanking.
fapping.
I wasn't sure.
He's fapping. Taking that trip to Fap
The
City.
noise threw it off. It really wasn't a jerk off.
Yeah, it
type.
wasn't.
It
It
He
wasn't.
made that-
Yeah.
I was like, what was he sucking his own dick? Like that's fucking impressive, yo.
I was so unsure about what was going
I'd have
on.
been like, damn, this dude gets a medal. Like that's fucking crazy. I'm just trying to think of who it was. I got a couple ideas, but I'm not even gonna fucking venture that guess on microphone.
I know
That's just
somebody
crazy.
in this room knows who I'm talking about.
Probably. Say you walk in on dude playing with himself.
Wait, what happened?
We're talking about if anybody ever walked in on somebody masturbating,
Who?
smacking it.
Yeah, have you ever? Have you,
That's why I didn't say any names. I'm not trying to throw his shit out there.
Yo,
like,
I thought you said like I would know or something. That's
no,
why
the way you
no,
I
I was looking
I was so confused. I'm like, what the
I was
fuck?
looking at somebody in the room.
the way you said who was like, how many people have you walked in on masturbating?
Like, damn, is this an everyday occurrence for you, bro? Like,
You got like a little black book filled with that shit.
it's like, God damn it, June the 12th, 2014. Here's another one.
7:16 p.m. Here we go.
Oh shit!
I walked in on somebody taking a shit at the train station.
A stranger?
It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. It was a
not my
one-man
fault.
bathroom and they didn't lock it.
Bullshit. All right, look, let me tell you something. If you go into a public bathroom, you lock the fucking door.
Hell yeah.
Why are you not locking the door?
I
Like,
Wait,
always
is
look
it a
anyway.
one-stall bathroom?
No, there was multiple stalls.
I always
Oh,
look
you don't
underneath.
lock the door then. Are you
Nah,
mean
nah,
talking
nah.
the stall? You lock the stall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
If you're
okay,
doing
okay.
your business in there, you're supposed to
I
lock the
always
stall.
look.
Nah, listen to this though, real quick. I'm an asshole,
Imagine
man.
Vince's face.
In public bathrooms,
It was so awkward.
in public bathrooms that have multiple stalls and urinals and all that shit, if there's a lock on the main door to the bathroom, I'll lock that shit to take a dump.
Yeah.
People be banging on it like, why is
Fuck
there...
everybody else that
Yeah.
gotta
Out
take a
of order
shit.
sign,
Ross doesn't
like-
clog the toilet.
Time.
Like my
It's
bowel,
my time to poop, bitch.
my bowel movement definitely takes precedence over anything you
Ross
have
clogs
to
the
do.
toilet and the entrance to the bathroom.
There's
That's
nothing
amazing.
worse though when you go into
Can't
the
clog
bathroom
the
and
toilet
somebody's
if you
like
shit on
taking
the
a
floor.
shit right next to you.
That's
That's such an uncomfortable thing. Like, I don't want to be in the bathroom when someone else is taking a shit.
and we're not buddies.
Why you can't
yeah,
play
Like, we're
battle
going
shit?
through the
I'm
same
sorry,
thing,
I don't
but
wanna
we're
be
not
next to my
buddies.
buddy taking a shit either.
Yeah.
Like, that's a private thing.
In fact, you should be as quiet as possible.
Yo, I had...
When I walked in, like it was like this. Like you do like the quick tap, but like I went like this, and the door started moving open already. So it was like I didn't even have a chance. And he's reading the fucking newspaper,
Well,
and
at
he
least
just
he
like
had
looks up
something
and
covering
like
his
closes his
shit.
legs for a second and looks up at me, and I was just like, wow. It just, but like I know we both had the same thing. For the next 2 hours, we were like, damn.
Thinking
Dude,
about that.
I
Like, I just
got
got walked
walked
on.
in on going to the bathroom when I was in preschool, or I was in that like rainbow thing that's on 130. That's what I was in. So I was
Damn,
like
them children are
preschool or
starting out
kindergarten. No, I'm still telling you, I got walked in by
Just
the
like,
kid
yeah,
that I
I'm gonna
had a
walk in
crush
on
on
her.
at the time. I'm
Aw.
telling you, I've been scarred for life from that. I like ever since I like checked the door like 6 times. I have like a Sheldon problem
You
from
got
like
like
Big Bang
duct tape.
Theory.
You duct tape the shit
Dude,
to
no, I have such a problem with that. Like,
shit.
oh, I was
See,
mortified. I still remember this little blonde kid's face, like staring at
Etched
me as
into
I'm
your
trying
memory.
to pee.
Etched into your memory forever.
It is. I was like 5. It's my earliest memory.
I feel like it doesn't ever leave because I can definitely. It's still there. It needs to go.
All right, so
I don't know why we're
look,
talking
I have
about
to
this.
ask this question though. What kind of poor fucking planning did you do to where you had to go take a dump at a train station?
I didn't have to take a dump. Everything was being used.
Oh,
I just
so
needed to
it's-
go to the
What
first
kind of
thing.
poor planning did you
Yeah,
do?
I'm like,
Wait, so are you-
like
all
people
the
all the
urinals
time.
are
Shit
being
schedule
used?
was
Yeah,
off
because there
that
wasn't
bad.
many.
Okay.
There's 3 urinals and then there's 2 stalls at the Penn Station or whatever. Which
I
one?
think it's so
Hamilton?
weird that guys pee next to each other like that. Like, do
Penn
you ever like
Station,
check
New
some
York.
other guy out? Like when you're
I
like,
go in the stall
peeing?
because
No,
people
How do you
always
not? Like,
try
I'm
and catch
sorry.
some type of look. Like I was
Yeah.
at
Because I'll
I
tell
was
you
in
exactly
Jay's elbow
why.
and this dude was talking to me while I'm taking a piss. I was like, dude,
It's-
Geico 101. Do
Exactly.
not fucking
It's
talk to
it's
me while I'm
my code,
pissing.
and that's the only
And we're
thing.
like this fucking close to each other. Like,
Yeah.
the
You
urinals
ever-
were really close.
You
when
ever
you
bump
walk in,
elbows
you
with a guy?
immediately lock your neck.
I could have.
Yeah, but like, how
I
do you?
could've.
I'm sorry.
That's the
I
worst.
would
Nope.
roll some eyes a little bit. Like I would try to look.
But
That's
just
you.
That's
You're
probably,
a female, of
Curiosity, though.
course.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's
not
your natural
girl.
tendency.
You know what I do?
But
This is how I piss in this.
Yo,
I look
Straight
up.
up
I don't
Exactly.
look straight. I look
It's
up.
up and straight to
I
the
look
wall,
up.
like this.
You
And
gotta
then,
look
and then
up.
when you turn to the opposite side
Yeah.
of the whoever's there. That's how it's supposed to
The
go.
worst is when you go to like a sporting event or some shit.
Why
Like,
the
Do you
fuck are
use
there
the
not
middle
splash
stall
guards?
if like if there's 3 urinals and 2 on the ends are being used? Will you go to the middle one?
Hell yeah.
Well, if it's
You
nothing
have
else
to.
to
I
pee
gotta
in,
go.
that's the other man
Or will
code.
you wait?
This is the other man code. You can't not piss at the urinal. You can't just sit there and wait because first of all, you got to look at something. So you got to look at the ceiling.
and plus,
So
then your dick is suspect.
now,
they're like,
now you're
this
suspect
dude over here got
because
a
now they're
vagina.
like, yo, this dude's afraid to take a piss next to me. He must have a little ass dick. And then you're like,
Yeah.
nah, I can't do this. Like you're like,
Like
I just
the-
got to piss now.
This fucking guy over here going to dribble on his own balls
Yeah,
next to me.
Oh my God.
Hear that shit dripping on the floor? Like,
That
oh,
is so
God.
uncomfortable. They should put everybody in a stall.
All right, you want to
No,
hear?
everyone needs splash guards at least. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
you
if
know
don't
what I
put a
need?
Splash guard. I don't
some
wanna
reading
get pissed
material.
on either.
Just put like today's newspaper right in front of my urinal so that I can't like.
Bro, do you want to hear the worst
No.
bathroom ever?
no.
In 2006, I went to the Indianapolis 500 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Obviously, for those dumbasses that can figure that one out.
That would be me.
The men's bathrooms. My bad.
That
No,
would be me.
the men's bathrooms, they don't have urinals. There was a few toilets in stalls, but instead of urinals, it's one long angled trough.
No.
With water
Oh
running
hell
through it.
no!
That's
I've been
old
to
school.
it. Where was I at?
So
when I-
yo, like I swear
Fuck
to God,
no.
Like Europe?
at this race,
Europe,
No,
it's
I've never
fucking
been there.
holes in
Where the
Europe.
fuck have I been? Where I don't remember where it was, but I had to pee in a trough before, and I was just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck
But
is
yo.
this?
And
A
they have
sink?
ice in it and everything, like the
Looks
old
like a
school
fucking
Western
sink.
ones.
Yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
this was the craziest part about it too, though. Is like at the Indy 500, there was over 600,000 people in attendance that year. So like the shit is crazy. You know what I mean? So to take a pee, like I was literally touching shoulders with two strangers. Like my arms are bumping into a guy, and I'm like, well, I gotta pee. Like I'm not gonna piss my pants in the stands just to avoid contact.
Room where you can't like be secure. Like
and the
Guys
way
are
somebody's
so much better
gonna look.
than girls with peeing.
Definitely.
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
god.
The way I look at it too,
I'm
though,
gonna
is
fucking like crab walk to fucking pee.
I pee outside just because I pee outside just because I can. Like,
oh yeah,
I'll be sitting in there,
dude.
and
I'll
I'll
be
be like, I
outside
gotta
of my own
piss.
house.
Walk outside and take a piss. Like, fuck that bathroom.
Yeah, I'll walk right past the bathroom and take a
walk
piss in a
right
bush.
It's Wachovia Center, right? The one in Camden.
No, that's Susquehanna Bank Center.
Susquehanna, yeah.
Their bathrooms are the same way. It's just all urinals, no splash guards, but it's the whole way down, straight down, and that shit's weak. I'll tell you that now, because it's just a whole bunch of people, and they don't know where the fuck they're going, and if the only one's at the bottom, you gotta go all the way to the back. Like, it's a long-ass bathroom.
Citizens
but
Bank
no
Park.
splash guards, and they're so close to each other, and it was like, oh, shit. Like, man, I don't feel like waiting for all that. And then I couldn't pee. Like, I actually couldn't pee. I was sitting there, I was like, fuck.
Oh, dude, I can't pee. If I go into like a urinal, there's like
fright
6
every
people
now
in
and then.
there, I'm just like, fuck, now I gotta wait until everybody leaves so I can pee.
It was like I got anxiety real quick.
Yeah,
like,
my
it just
bladder
happened.
does not like
I
other
catch
people.
stage fright every now and then.
Yeah.
Yo, it
Especially
only
if
That
you
was the
got
first
piss in
time
the
it ever
trough or
happened
whatever
to
the fuck it is.
That's the first time it ever happened to me because I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like this is because I thought of waiting and that dude that couldn't pee and I was like, this is what he went through.
Did you
like,
imagine a bunch of people behind you cheering you
just
on?
cheering me on? Just,
You can do it.
What movie is that from? Is that from that Waiter movie?
waiting. Yeah.
Yes, Waiting.
Yeah, man. Fucking the only time I ever got a little bit of stage fright peeing, and honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know if it was that pee fright or whatever. But like, I went to the Eagles Packers playoff game a couple years ago at the Link in Philly, and we were drinking. It was like fucking.
Oh, if I'm drunk, I don't care.
It was like 8 to 10 degrees outside, cold as hell, so I'm super bundled up. I got on like 3 pairs of pants, mad shit, hella jackets, like 2 pairs of gloves, everything. I'm bundled as fuck. And we pounded a 30-pack in the parking lot between 3 of us in like an hour. Like me, Gary, and Megan just went fucking ham in the parking lot. And we're like, all right, I got to take a piss before we go in. So I go to the bathroom, and the bathroom on the way into the stadium is real small because you're not actually inside of the gate yet. Only 2 urinals and a giant line. So I wait in line for like 20 minutes to take a piss. I finally get up there, and it takes me like 30 seconds to unzip my fucking armory of pants and shit I got on. Wow. Finally get my dick out to take a piss, and I'm just standing there. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, you just drank like 10 beers. Like, come on, I know you gotta pee. Like, I'm like slapping him around and shit. Like, we gotta get this done, bro.
Probably because it was so fucking cold out.
And probably. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it was, it sucked, though. I could not pee. So after like a minute and a half of standing there, the guy behind me is like, fuck's the problem, buddy? And I was like,
out and shit.
yeah, and I was all drunk and shit. I'm like, oh yeah.
problem,
I was like, I'm in Philly. That's right. I just put my shit away and was like, oh, next.
I'm done.
Like, I'll wait.
I went.
I did it.
I did it like it was your first time and shit.
Yeah, I just,
Mommy,
oh,
I
man.
did it.
That shit was uncomfortable as hell too. I didn't pee the whole game.
Shit.
Like, I just couldn't. It was too cold.
Wow.
Because, dude, Gary and Megan had seats. Like, they had sweet-ass seats behind an end zone for the playoff game. And the only reason I went is because they were already going, so I bought a standing room ticket on StubHub.
Oh.
God.
So I had to stand by myself in 10-degree weather for the whole football game in Philly, in which the Eagles fucking lost in miserable fashion. So everybody's all salty and freezing and shit. It was awful. That was like a terrible day. You think like, oh, NFL playoffs, that had to be awesome. Like, now when you're standing in the middle of fucking nowhere, I could only see like maybe 3/4 of the field at the most.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
butt.
know. I'm not.
It was butt.
I'm not with going to events like that
It was
and not being
definitely
near
butt.
everybody. That's kind of like it's boring. It's not the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
you're going and you know.
But see, I just wanted to feel the experience of playoff football. But now
Yeah.
I understand that I want to experience playoff football in a warmer fucking climate.
At home, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That shit was uncomfortable.
I like going to basketball games. Basketball games are
Yeah, that's
super
my
fun
shit
for
right
me.
there.
You go to Sixers games?
I'll go to the Sixers games when they're playing like somebody fun. Like somebody like, you know what I mean? Like
somebody that
like,
doesn't suck.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a big name, somebody.
Well,
good
your
team.
Yeah.
husband is a Celtics fan, right?
Yeah, so
So
I took him. I got
Yo, you getting our old coach, man. Chill.
I got us box seats to the Celtics and
The Knicks,
Knicks.
right?
Yes,
Oh, you
and the
went to
whole
MSG?
the entire time.
NYK all day, baby.
The entire time I cheered for the Knicks because I go to
Yes, girl.
Because
Yes.
I'm a New York girl from like heart, so like
Yes.
you know, Yankees. Like I'll cheer
I
for the
know.
Knicks.
You,
Like
this bitch in love with
Yes.
New York City.
I do love
That's
New York
what I'm
City. I
talking
can't help
about.
it. So like I'm gonna cheer for them no matter what. So like when he's cheering for the Celtics, I'm like, bitch, I got my Jack and Diet. I'm cheering for the Knicks. And, like every time they
Bitch.
scored, I'm cheering.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, he's really mad at me. But
what's
I
up.
was very excited because when I went there, I saw Dylan McDermott.
Who?
Dylan McDermott. He's from. He was in the first season of. Oh gosh, what is it called?
Google.
Good start.
You know exactly. He's famous. He's from
Dylan I mean, it sounds
American Horror
familiar.
Story. The first season
Oh,
of American
I
Horror
never
Story.
saw that.
Gotcha.
Oh my god! I was literally
I've never
3
watched
inches
it.
away from him. He walked by me with a security guard, and I almost
Oh,
fell on the
that
ground
guy.
and was like, "Please talk to me." And I was like, the entire game, I'm just like, "Where is he? Where's?" And then Will Smith came out, and I was like, about to like, I have like a problem with celebrities. I get really excited.
Really?
I don't know why. It's just like they're like a celebrity.
I don't.
It's so exciting.
See, I don't think I've ever really run into like a,
Dude, I've
a
seen so-
super famous celebrity.
No,
so
I've seen the one girl from 30
know.
Rock, like the monster big, like Amazon chick from 30 Rock. I've seen her.
Who the hell is that?
Wait,
You
Monster Big
talking about-
Amazon chick.
Yeah,
You're
from
not
the
talking
original.
about Tina Fey, right? She ain't big.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong show. That Third Rock from the Sun is what I'm talking about.
Oh, the
that
blonde
monster
chick.
chick. Yeah, I've seen
The one
her
that-
in Central Park in New
The
York
chick
City.
that played Sally.
Yes, I've seen her in the Central Park in New York City. Then I've seen Dylan McDermott and Will Smith. And who else did I see? I swear I saw somebody else really famous. I can't remember who they are now.
Hey, one of my friends ran into Mark Wahlberg in a park in
Oh,
Boston.
that's awesome.
He
He's
was
so
just-
nice. I love his show. Have you seen his show?
No, the
The one with
Wahlburgers
the
or whatever.
Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
So I've heard varying things
He
on
seems
it.
like such a cool guy to hang out with.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg is apparently the man. Like my friend, when they ran into him in the park, he was just sitting on a bench reading a book, whatever. My friend just kind of walked up and was like, "Are you Mark Wahlberg?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's me." And they were like, "Oh no shit, you're awesome." And he was like, "Well, thanks, you're awesome too."
I was looking at the Chive
Marky
the other
Mark.
day.
And that was pretty much it. They took a picture together real quick and boom. That was
I was
it.
looking at the Chive the other day, and they had a whole segment about celebrities and like the celebrities you didn't think were as cool as they were.
Yeah.
And there was a series of pictures with Tom Hanks, and he met some random guy walked up to him and was like, "Take some pictures with me." In this it's like a pizza pub type place, and the kid pretended to be drunk and was like laying in the
Yeah.
pizza, and Tom Hanks is like pointing at him like, "Oh my god, like
Yeah.
this kid's so drunk." And,
Yeah.
like could you
That's
imagine
cool.
how awesome that Instagram photo would have been? Like of
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks and
I
you
love
like sitting
him.
there, and he's like pointing at you how drunk you are.
Hell yeah! How great would that be? Tom
I would
Hanks
like make
is
up
the
a whole
man.
story. Like I was super drunk, and all of a sudden, apparently, they said Tom Hanks showed up, and I didn't know about it.
Wasn't
but-
he? He was the one that dropped the F-bomb by accident on some show or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like as soon as he said it, he
Dude,
just
it-
kind of like started laughing. He was like, "My bad."
Tom Hanks. You can't
Like,
even
it's
get mad
like-
at him. He's like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like,
A
it's just
super uber
fucking
famous
Tom
actor.
Hanks. Like, bitch, can't be salty about that.
Oh no.
Tom Hanks a G. That man got his shit together.
Unlike Mel Gibson and shit.
oh,
Oh
god.
God. Mel Gibson. What's up, Sugar Tits?
That's my new favorite.
That's what he called the cop, right? Sugar Tits.
Dude, the things
Oh,
you can
Gibson?
get away with
Yeah.
when you're
Oh
a celebrity.
shit! I didn't know that.
Yo, what?
Dude,
don't
you
remember
didn't know all
shit?
that like
No.
crazy shit that he would
Well-
say to like his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend.
I heard
and
like
all
the
that
phone
crap.
recordings where he's like screaming at the chicks or
Yeah,
whatever.
That's
nah, he got
crazy.
pulled over on
It
some
was
dumb
such a turn
shit,
on.
and
I'm
like it was like a female cop, and he just called her Sugar Tits or something.
What?
Oh my god.
And like I don't remember what happened, but
I would have loved to like
Whatever
watch
it was,
her
it
like
wasn't
just
good for
pistol
him.
whip him, just like
Right?
the fuck you
Step out
talking
the car,
about, Mel
please.
Gibson?
Yeah.
You ain't Christ.
Step out the car,
Fucking
sir.
messing with him.
Your shit sucks now.
The best thing I've seen Mel Gibson in a while was Machete Kills. Did you guys see either of those? Machete
Maybe
and Machete
no.
Kills?
Get the Gringo or something.
No, I haven't seen that. Have you?
It's like 600 years old. No, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I refuse
no.
to watch it too. Somebody told me it was a good movie, but like I don't know. I don't really like Mel Gibson. So
I don't know. Some
I'm not
things
big on
just
him.
yeah.
some things just don't interest me. I don't know why. People are like, this movie's amazing. You need to watch it. And I'm like, meh. And I just never do.
Yeah, but I do that with every movie right now. That's
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen a movie in like years.
I'm really bad at
You go to the
taking.
movies all the time. At least you tell me you go to the movies all the
I
time.
used to. Honestly, last year was the year of movies for me. I saw 8 or 9 movies by March. last year.
Damn.
Like I saw everything, and
I'm
most of them was
really
by
far
myself.
behind on movies, especially superhero movies. Like I just saw Iron Man 1 and 2 last week.
For the first time.
Yes,
That is
amazing.
so
I loved it.
awesome.
What?
Holy
You
shit!
never even
loved
saw the
it.
first one?
Nope.
That was
It
like
was
10 years ago
fucking
at this
awesome.
point. Like,
Yeah,
holy
what the
shit,
fuck?
dude. Not
Good
even on
fucking
HBO.
movies, though.
like,
Have you seen like the
Good
Avengers?
No.
Oh my god!
Told
yeah.
you my superhero shit.
I
Yeah,
got that
you-
shit.
I'm in the basement
Yo,
right now. I gotta
alright,
catch up. I
You
gotta
need to
catch
come
up.
over.
Yeah.
I got that shit in 3D.
Bro, you gotta
Word?
you
Yeah.
gotta get up on your Marvel universe.
I know.
game.
I'm so behind on all my
Guardians
superhero
of the
movies.
Galaxy is
All
coming
right,
out
so
this year.
when does it come out? August?
I can't. August or September, I think.
All right, so that'll probably be the first movie I go to in probably like 2 years.
You know that's just gonna
I
be
just-
raw.
Seriously though, that's bad.
Yeah, I don't go to the movies. I'm bootleg.
I don't even do that though. I got it. Nah, you stay. I got it.
Bootleg.
She's got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay, you're good. Go.
Get out of here.
Get it.
Get out of here, will you?
Get
to stepping.
So I want to show you a picture, Ross.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
So I know you'll like this picture.
All right.
Now, before I show you this picture, there's like a fine detail that I think is gonna freak you out, but I'm not gonna tell you until you actually look at it. Here you go.
Okay. So, what the fuck, man? What are you showing me this for?
Show Nick real quick too. It's a picture of a spider. by the
It's
way. I don't know what kind of spider.
It's
it
a
is.
big, ugly brown spider.
All right, but
Wow.
look where the eyes are.
That's just glowing.
I got
Let me see it
glowing
again.
eyes from taking that picture of
That's
the
just
spider,
glowing.
Oh,
which
hell
is even
no.
creepier, right?
That's how you know a spider's too big, when its eyes are reflecting the fucking flash of the
outta
camera
here.
and
I hate
shit.
spiders.
All right, so this is what happened last night.
I almost smashed your phone, by the way.
Yeah, right.
That's
Like
okay.
spider.
I'm gonna
Kill
see,
that shit. Boom, boom, boom.
see if Katie smashes my phone real quick.
Go shit, spider. Bam.
So look, I'm watching TV and I'm just chilling, and I'll tell you what, my senses are pretty good for like insects and shit.
Spidey
like,
senses
like
are
the-
tingling.
No, seriously.
I was gonna say
I do
somebody's gonna make a spider
I-
sense joke there.
All right. Anyway.
All right, Peter Parker over here.
So like you'll see like the smaller ones. Like if I'm watching TV, you'll just see one just like. Psst.
Oh, that's
Nah.
the worst.
You got to take care of them for Mary Jane. and
Yeah.
shit.
So you go and get them, whatever, blah blah blah. So I'm just chilling this time, and then this one was like movement. I was like, yo, the fuck, and I was like, oh shit. This thing was like half the size of my thumb, just the body. I don't know if it was like
Oh,
about to lay
no.
eggs. Like, you know what I mean? I
Oh,
don't know if that's just
no.
the normal size or what.
Hell no.
But yo, so then I'm chilling and I'm like, all right, what do I do? What do I get? Because you don't want to just try to hit it and not kill it and then it goes somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
And then
oh,
it's
fuck.
angry.
And plans
Yeah,
its
and
attack
it's
of
angry.
revenge on your ass.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're killing a spider, it's gotta be dead.
So there's a solo cup on the other side. So
On sight.
I grab that, I start walking over real slow, and I'm just looking at it. And it like adjusts itself and like turns, and it's like looking at me. Like it knew I was about to do something. Like it was just like it turned its body and aimed its eyes like directly at me. I was like,
Rethink your
Fuck.
move.
I was like,
Oh
fuck.
shit! You really want to do this right now, bro?
So I
you
started-
really want to do this?
I was
Square
moving
up, son.
like real slow, and I got close, and then it started to run. I was like, and I got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now I just need something to get it out. But then I looked down, and there's a fucking giant ass beetle. But it was like the beetle was half the size of my index finger, and when I threw it on the ground outside, it went whack. That's how like hard and like
Yeah.
big the
Oh,
fucking beetle was.
no.
All right, so look, but now that thing's scurrying across. So I'm like this. Oh shit. And I'm looking at the spider, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, fuck,
Which
what the one
one?
do I get? And I'm like, the spider
The
sucks.
spider. Fuck
This
the
sucks.
beetle.
Get the spider. Fuck a beetle. I'll eat a beetle.
Beetles are just
Spiders
annoying.
and
That's the
spiders.
only
It was
thing
the
bad
pincher
about them.
beetle, though.
Oh,
Yeah, but
So
they don't
now-
fuck with people like that.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I was getting assaulted last night. All right, look, so I had to handle this.
He woke up missing a finger and shit.
So I'm using one hand.
Should have got
She
the
was just
beetle.
gnawing at his finger all night.
Should have got the beetle.
I used one hand to
got
hold the
that
cup
fucking
against the
beetle.
wall. Then I had to grab. I'm like looking around. I see it goes into like the blanket, and I was like, all right.
God.
Oh,
So I
what?
started pulling the blanket towards me, and then I hold that with my foot, and then I turn around, and I grab a paper towel roll, and then I put that over top of the beetle. So now I got the beetle and the fucking spider, and I'm like, well, shit, because now I got to get both of these. But I ended up capturing them, and I threw them outside.
Long story short, he burnt the house down.
I threw them outside.
Yep, that's what I would have
That-
done. That's
Oh,
the only
yeah.
That's the
solution.
glowing eyes.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're telling me you captured that spider and
Yeah.
released it into the wild?
Well, you know what the wall looks like, so you can tell the size. Like I'm not like
Yeah.
real close on it. It's like it's that
no,
shit-
it's a good
that
size.
shit's fucking big and hairy.
And by good size, I mean it should have died instantly.
Yep.
But
You're slacking on your mac,
I
bro.
told you
gotta
I
kill
don't.
that shit.
I don't like killing shit for no reason. Like if
What
I
do you
could,
mean for no
if
reason?
I
That's
could get
just
it
in my
out-
temple.
That motherfucker would kill
Ah.
you for no reason.
Yeah, you know what though? I'm just doing my part.
I
That's
don't
all.
think it could have killed you. Though.
Probably
I don't
not.
Think it has any,
All
like,
poison or all
venom
spiders
and...
to me look poisonous.
See, and then
care
I
how
was
big
also
or
thinking
small,
about
they're
it,
all
like
poisonous to me.
statistically, if I get these 2 bugs, I probably won't see bugs for a while. Just gonna throw it.
Yeah,
out there.
that's true. Because
You know
like
what I mean?
the spiders, like I have like spiders outside of my dad's house, and I call them the bobs. And every time I walk in, there's like 3 of these huge spiders, and I leave them alone. I say hi to them, and I walk in my house because, to be honest, they kill all the other shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
that's
like
what
my
people
protectors.
tell
So,
me.
like my little gargoyles.
I'd either
outside
kill
my
it or I'd
house.
walk by and be like, "What's up, you fucking bitch?" and just go right inside.
You got the ones that say that
Fuck
shit
that.
to you on your way. in
Yeah,
now.
dude, the spiders around
Fuck
here are
outta
no
here.
joke.
No, they're
Yo.
big. My sister has horrible arachnophobia. So like growing up, I was always, the spider killer.
Why we always gotta be talking about spiders, yo? What the
yo,
fuck?
I hate y'all.
It just
I
happened.
have actually a really good story
fuck?
about there was like a baby bat. And it wasn't like super baby where it was like finger size, but it was
bats.
like palm, about the size of your palm, and it was underneath a car outside of my work.
How'd it taste?
And it was literally right outside the front doors, and everybody thought it was a leaf for the longest time because like nobody's paying attention to it. And, like you don't think you're gonna see a bat in the middle of the day, so you're walking by and
Yeah.
not paying attention. You
That
think it's a
leaf won't stop flapping its corners.
Well, all of a sudden, no, because bats they can't see in the daytime,
leaf
so
looks
they're
so
just
injured.
like they stay all curled up in this little ball. So I walk up and I'm like, oh, it's this baby bat. And all these, I work with all 30-year-old men, so they're all just like, don't touch it, like da-da-da. And I'm like, guys, I'm gonna put it in a cup
Rabies.
and I'm gonna put it somewhere where it's not gonna get run over, where it's not gonna get like I'm gonna put it to somewhere off the side.
Yeah, garbage disposal.
So I pick
Exactly.
it up and I put it in this cup and I'm ready to slide like a piece of paper or something underneath of it so I can pick it up and like put it somewhere else. Well, I'm like in a squat position. I'm sliding this paper plate underneath of this cup, and all of a sudden, my boss opens the door and chucks a fucking pen at my head. And I flail, and this fucking bat flies out of this fucking cup and shits all over like 3 salespeople. Flies in the middle of this thing, and everyone's dying laughing. My boss is giggling as he runs away, and I'm just like, oh, and I'm on the ground because at that point I was in a squat position, so I've fallen on my butt, and I'm sitting on my butt like, what the hell? I was just trying to save this baby bat.
Damn.
That's what you get for trying to be a good citizen to a creepy critter.
Fuck the weird creatures in this world.
Ah, man.
I don't know. That's just how I feel, man. You gotta catch them, let them out, let them do
I
their
agree.
thing,
I agree.
you know?
Anytime I catch something in my house, I let it out. But if it's a spider, I will kill it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yo, I got an interesting little thing that Gary told me. I haven't read the article myself, but apparently, we were talking about the ocean, and there's probably a lot of big shit that's never been discovered.
Dude,
in the ocean.
Megalodon.
The Megalodon, yeah. Well, get this shit. There was a scientific research team or whatever. They had it was a great white shark. It was about
yeah.
it was like 9 to 10 feet long, something like that, and it was tagged. So they track it around. Well, the thing went. I guess it was I don't know where in the ocean, but somewhere where it's really fucking deep, like unexplored ocean territory. And the shark just started diving, and it was diving deep as hell, like I guess deeper than we can go, just diving and diving and diving. And then all of a sudden, its body temperature spiked, like doubled in a matter of like a minute. And they were kind of just like hypothesizing, like, I wonder what happened, like what could cause this. And then someone was like, it got eaten. Like it's inside of something else. That's how the body temperature went up that fast. It got fucking eaten whole.
Damn.
And it's like to think about that, like a 9-foot great white just got swallowed. Like something down there was just like, oh, thanks, Bob.
Oh, so they didn't, like, it's gone. That's it?
Oh, yeah.
They just
No,
had
I'm
no
telling you.
idea?
Have
The
you
tracker
seen
washed up
Megalodon?
on shore. The tracker.
Did I talk about that recent documentary or whatever?
No, it
on
wasn't recent. I saw it on
Discovery?
Shark
All
Week
right.
last year when I was in Vegas. I was watching it on Shark Week.
Megalodon's in Battlefield.
Dude, no. Megalodon is this ginormous shark that
Yeah.
that like eats on it eats on other sharks and also on like whales.
See, if it's real and it's that big, it eats whatever it wants.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, is that
The
it's
Kraken.
always
I
so
wanna
far
look this
down
shark
in the
up.
ocean, the part of the oceans that we don't like search up, that they actually like did the whole like. Did you see it?
I
You know what I'm
haven't
talking
seen
about?
no, but I heard the Megalodon thing that they
Megalodon?
showed on Discovery. Was it on Discovery? Shark
I
Week?
don't know, but
They
I'm
said it was
telling you,
fake.
no, I believe. Well, here's the thing. Here's the reason why I believe it.
Okay.
Is because they have
Oh shit!
fossils. You're welcome. They have fossils of this mouth of Megalodon from back in the day. All they're saying, Megalodon really did exist.
Yeah.
At one point, they're just saying that he still exists.
Right.
It's not that they're saying that he's a whole new thing that they've ever discovered him before. He's always been around. They're just saying he's still around.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me at all if there was a species
There's
of
got
a
to be
shark
something bigger
like.
than a whale out there with
Yeah.
how large that ocean is.
Yeah, they say like the whale is largest mammal. I guess it's the largest animal on on the
Dude,
planet too,
Megalodon
right?
eats a whale in half. It's nuts.
Yeah.
There was I think it was
There's gotta be
either
something
like a
that
shark
big.
or a whale, and
Was it a whale shark?
What they found was it had been bitten in the spine, but it was a megalodon tooth. This wasn't recent. They found just like the bones and all that. And
Yeah.
I forget. I don't know. I got to look up the story to find out. But yeah, there was a tooth and it was lodged all the way in the spine. If I find it, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
Well, this
That's
one
a
that they
big-ass
had,
tooth.
it was a whale that had washed up onto shore, and literally it looked like half of its body had just been bit in half, and the other half was, obviously digested into a ginormous shark called Megalodon. But the other half was sitting on the beach, just like intestines out, everything. Like,
That's just brutal.
oh,
You guys,
I would dive with sharks. That's the one thing, like the one scary thing. Like I would never like I would never jump out of a plane. I would never skydive. I would never do any of that stuff. Like
Put me in
bungee
a cage.
jump.
Really?
I'll put in a cage and swim with sharks.
in the cage.
In the
maybe.
In the cage, absolutely.
in the cage with a harpoon gun. And,
I don't know why, but I'm like fascinated with sharks. I think they're so fascinating.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome creatures.
are
I mean, they're
awesome,
pretty
but
amazing. But at the same time, like
Scary as fuck.
Yeah.
they better not
Did
learn
you see
to
that
walk.
thing on the Chive like just 2 days ago, or it was like a day ago? And it was
Oh,
a
the
guy.
dude, with the
Yeah.
GoPro?
Yeah.
Yo, that
Oh
shit
my
was
God.
crazy. He was just had a GoPro on his head and he was diving with his
Yeah.
friends. He just jumped off a cliff and
Apparently
then
that
all of
was
a sudden
fake
it's like
too.
he comes up after he dives. His friend's like, "Shark!" He turns around and just looks dead at it and he starts screaming at the top of his lungs. It swims right by him
I
and
didn't
shit.
have the
Like
volume
he
up,
was
so I didn't
swimming
hear
towards
any of
land as
that.
fast
I
as he
just-
fucking could. Yo, it was scary.
But
The-
he touched its
that.
face and was like moving it away and
Yeah,
stuff.
like-
I was like,
Well,
oh my God.
That's the only
How
thing.
relieved do you think he had to have been when he got up, his legs out of the water, and was
Yeah.
like standing there looking down,
They-
like, oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah,
They
he
said
turned
that
covered
shit's
legs.
fake, though.
He turned the camera towards him. He was like, "Woo!" after he got out of the water, I was like,
They said
Yo.
that video footage is pulled from a Discovery Channel episode. Like they literally named the episode and the date that it aired. They said it was
Oh,
fake.
yeah?
I hate to be the,
It
know
was
what I mean?
fake.
I hate to
They
be that
said it
guy.
was
They
fake.
said it was
real,
fake.
though.
Oh, it looks so
No,
real.
not the but it's two films like put together, like the GoPro, them guys jumping in with the GoPro and editing the Discovery
Oh,
Channel.
Oh, that's fucked
People
up.
suck.
But
Yeah,
because
that's-
I watched that today and I was thinking,
I
I
watched
was
that.
all
I was
hyped
like,
up too. I
oh,
was like, oh
shit.
shit! Like I'm like,
I
yeah,
was
I'm
showing
like,
people
Get out
at
that
work
water!
that.
Get the fuck out! Get
Yeah.
out! What are you doing?
and then
I'm
you,
showing people at work that. I'm so excited.
yeah,
Yeah.
like look at this shit I found.
I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
want to
yeah.
show nobody that
But
shit.
yeah,
no more.
then I was disappointed. I was like, man, I feel fucking cheated. Like I just went through this with him.
That
Get the
shit's
fuck outta
crazy
here.
though.
Yeah, I
hate when
felt
people
like
put
I
fake
was
shit
there.
on- Yeah, I hate when
Yeah.
people have fake shit online.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's
of
what
course,
the internet is.
Most
I
unfortunately.
mean, that's what happens when you dig through the
Unfortunately.
comments, though. But like anybody will say shit's fake or not. So it's possible it could be real, but you know,
It's very possible.
with the evidence I had though that they said
It just
like
looks
this is
so
the exact
real.
episode and time. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, never mind. Like this guy super went into this. How the fuck do you recall the Discovery Shark episode from 1993? Like get the fuck out of here. That's
Oh
crazy.
man, people just
beefed up the
dig.
quality.
People just dig for that shit.
I feel like
Find
there's like
something
specialists.
fake, shake
you,
it up.
You know how like people will have like weird quirks, like me. Basically everything I do. No, but they're like they specialize in something. You know, they know something like weird as shit. There's like all those people on here, so I feel like that was the one dude. He was like, I have every Discovery Shark Week like on DVD, Blu-ray, HD. Let's go, and then storm through his whole shit just to try and find it.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Some people are just a little fanatical with that. Like nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, it's like that story might have been popping off for 2 days, but now in the modern day of the internet, news stories don't last that long unless it's like changing the world. I mean, it's like, oh, guy almost got eaten by a shark. Cool, that's popular for 2 hours, and then no one cares. Like, oh, it was proven fake. Like, nobody gives a shit. They're just gonna keep rolling right on to the next thing. Bitch getting hit in the head with a shovel, whatever. There's always
It
something.
was hilarious though.
Yo, the funniest part about it was a week later, somebody got hit with a scooter, and then the week after that, somebody had got hit with a like an oar, like a little paddle oar. And yo, he broke the oar on the dude though. He hit him like 4 or 5 times with that shit. It was like snap, 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 boom.
Damn.
Oh,
Shit was
you gotta
crazy.
be
Yeah,
hitting
you gotta
somebody
look that
real
up.
hard to get
Yeah,
them with the
because
oar.
those things
Hell
are
yeah.
that's
They usually
good.
have like the what's that stuff that-
Polyurethane?
yeah, polyurethane. They usually have that on the
Yeah.
outside of it. That's pretty hard to break.
yeah, that shit is like that's some
That's some
strong
pent up
wood.
fucking anger.
yeah.
That's some pent up
Shit.
anger right there.
But I just feel like people are just looking to just get internet famous. That's why, like a
Yeah.
week later, somebody got hit with a scooter, and then a week after that,
Yeah.
somebody got hit with the oar. Like,
It is funny to think about though, because I mean, like you said, like people looking to get internet famous. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of shit, like people staging stupid accidents.
It's
and
never
stuff.
as funny as the
Yeah.
people that like that are internet famous because of something they didn't mean to do. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like just
Yeah.
from actually getting filmed. Like the one guy that was like, "Hide your wife, hide your kids."
Yo,
Like
yeah.
that was fucking hilarious.
That was like the start of like YouTube
Yeah.
fame, right there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They're raping
He's
everybody
he's
up in here.
literally walks around with his Louis Vuitton now, like super
Yeah.
famous, like
It's
all
just-
okay with it.
Man, they had him on Tosh.0 and shit.
It's crazy the amount of money you
Yeah.
can make on YouTube if you can actually make
if
it
you
work.
get views,
The internet.
you're good.
Oh my god.
For doing something that costs you probably nearly nothing, you can actually make money. It's crazy.
It's funny we're talking shit on the internet, fame, and YouTube. Listen to my show. Listen to
On
my
YouTube.
YouTube.
This is work.
This is work, guys. I'm not having fun doing this.
I don't
Please.
do this for my own.
We're not doing
entertainment.
this on purpose.
I don't make any money from this because it hasn't happened yet.
Hell yeah.
Give me more views. I'll line my pockets. That'd be sweet.
I'm just gonna watch our episode every day, like 10 times a day. That'll be our views.
I was gonna set up a macro on the computer, keep clicking on it,
Yeah.
go over and over
Yeah.
again.
There you go.
Like, oh shit, look at his video. It's got 40 million views out of nowhere.
That's the craziest thing is you can hire somebody to just
Promote your shit.
promote your
Yeah.
shit and make
Put it
it
out there.
big and make it crazy. You can make your shit like the number 2 on YouTube, and it is not funny whatsoever. It's somebody just buying a bunch of hits and putting it on
Yep.
there. It's like,
Oh, that's the worst. When you see these fucking all the time, I go on YouTube. And
World's
it's like,
funniest YouTube video. Click on it, and it's like
It's like a
a
rich
fucking
guy.
dog sleeping and shit.
yeah, it's like nothing funny at all.
Listen to the sound my dog is making. And it's like
so
silent.
funny. Like no.
That shit's awful.
I don't know. I feel like I hate a lot of people on YouTube. Like I'll just like sit there and like you see like a thumbnail and you're like I don't like his face.
Yeah,
Like, give me
a thumbnail
picture.
can go a long way with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. A thumbnail makes a big difference. It,
It
really
definitely
does.
does.
Thumbnails are what lure guys into clicking on the wrong damn shit. You know, when you're like, the 23 greatest gifts of the week, you're on that, and then you get to the bottom, and it's like, it'll say something like, how do cruise ships fill their cabins when they don't sell all their tickets? And it's like, the sexiest chick ever with a titty out. And you're like, I'm interested.
Dubstep
I
mix
kind of want to
number
know the answer to that question.
2014.
Let me click on it.
Yeah, you click on that shit and 8 fucking windows pop open and it's like, you're an asshole. You click this because you're stupid.
You're fucking dumb.
It's like, damn it, titties.
You're the
Every
1
time.
millionth person to click on this. Click here and then find out where I'll take you next. Like all
Yeah,
the fucking
right.
pop-ups are annoying.
Somebody
as
was
shit.
exposing those fucking memes where like they always have like, oh, resourceful and great knowledge on a stupid fucking meme where it'll be like, yeah, this spatula, take it and turn it left when it's wind blowing and you'll fucking catch air or some shit. It's like, oh, all right.
You got yourself a fan. Like
I don't understand. No, but you know.
Spatula flight. It's real.
Because they'll be like, you
Shit real
know,
out
you
there,
line up the
people.
bacon, like it'll show like bacon lined up, and it'll be like, oh, you can use this as bread, like type thing, you know.
Where does the word meme even come from?
I don't
like,
even
where do
know,
people get that
actually.
from?
Yeah, what-
Honestly,
it's
that's
probably
a
like an
fucking awesome
acronym or
question.
something.
It's
But-
got to mean something, right?
Like most extraordinary.
somebody was going through
It's
this
like,
shit though, and they were showing all the examples of like what they
You
were
can
doing.
get the first 2 words, I feel.
Oh, air bubble.
I was gonna say like,
I was like, dude,
Is this for real?
I think Ross Reviews It All is about
Can
to
you
have a
feel
heart
your
attack.
No, I
I
just
feel like we're about
swallowed.
to review his heart attack next week and shit.
I just swallowed a fucking air bubble, man. Felt like I was eating somebody. Sliding down my trachea slow as fuck.
yeah, but like when you go on Facebook and you see all them stupid fucking sayings all the time that everyone's reposts, that you're like, oh, okay, like. A lot of people believe everything that's put out there. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like, oh, if you put a picture and words, like, believe it. That's
Oh,
it.
it's like that one commercial though, where that guy comes up and he's like, I met my boy. He's a French model, and he walks up and he's like this fucking like.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
meat-faced
commercial,
guy.
though.
She goes, what's up? In American. And then she goes, wait, I thought you said it was French. She goes, bonjour.
It's so funny.
bonjour.
That was my favorite commercial for
That
a
was a
while,
great
though. That was
commercial.
really good.
Yeah.
All right,
There is
here-
not many good commercials out there lately.
No, it's not.
all right, I'm
Especially
on
nowadays.
Wikipedia here with
Are
meme.
you looking up? Oh,
The word meme is a shortening of mimimi.
Mimimi?
Me?
It's Greek. It's right up your alley, Nick. It's from ancient Greek. I don't know how much that language is evolved, but apparently the original, the the Greek pronunciation.
Good.
Yeah, no, the Greek pronunciation. I can't even read the pronunciation. That's not even English letters. Like,
Let the Greek guy read it.
I can't read Greek.
You know, read that
That's
shit.
almost like reading Japanese. It's fucking symbols and
But
it's not even letters.
Yeah, meme comes from an ancient Greek word that I cannot pronounce, and it means imitated thing. So
Well, that was disappointing.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a
disappointing.
fun
I was hoping
acronym.
I thought it was gonna be an acronym. I really wanted it to be one.
Yeah, we should probably just create an acronym for it.
Well, I like where it started. The first two that Nick started. I like that.
Like motherfucking excitement means everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, motherfucking, isn't that two words?
It's one word in this.
It's a hyphenated word.
Yeah, we're hyphenating it for all intensive purposes. For this one,
Most incredible, memorable experience.
incredible starts with I.
Oh,
Incredible.
Incredible.
It's almost like a
Incredible.
Nick Cannon thing, you know?
It's a Spanish.
What's
way.
with you guys and Nick Cannon?
I don't
You guys
know.
have like a little boy
Yeah.
crush on Nick Cannon.
Ew, right? Yeah,
That's your
it's
man
the
crush
second time-
Monday
you
and
mentioned
shit.
him.
Second time
That's
he
the
got
first time I
mentioned.
mentioned them, though. You know what I mean?
Damn, I'm just glad it was only the first time either of us have mentioned him on the show in general.
All right.
Yeah. Are you sure you
All
didn't
right,
edit
let's
it
be
out
nice.
before?
Yeah, the edited.
No, I got no problems with Nick Cannon. I'm just saying I ain't trying to talk about this motherfucker all the time.
All right. Anyway, yo, you're a big Boston fan, right? Don't you like Boston? Or you just went to?
I mean, I lived there for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Not really a big fan.
Did you
It was
ever meet
okay.
the Boston Tickler? Does anybody know about the
What
Boston
the
Tickler
fuck?
right now?
No.
Depends on what you think the Boston
All right,
Tickler
so
is. I met somebody in Boston that tickled me. I don't know if it's what you're talking about. Probably not.
dim the lighting. So basically,
Dropping
You're
knowledge.
sleeping.
Paint a picture for you.
middle of the night,
Dropping knowledge.
it's dark,
Oh,
deep
it's
sleep.
dark out. Super sleep.
Next thing you know, you feel tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Get tickled.
Why the hell are you tickling me right now?
Tickling everybody.
Air
But they're
tickles.
tickling your feet. You're like, what the
So
fuck is this shit? And you wake up in the
Uh,
middle of the night, like, holy shit, there's somebody fucking tickling me with a mask on.
What?
And
the
then they
hell?
look at you and go, and then run out the door. And then this guy is fucking breaking in people's houses,
Wow.
tickling their feet, and getting away every fucking time.
How does he get away
He's
with
still
it?
doing it. He's still doing it and still getting away.
You know
This
why he's getting
motherfucker
away
is
with
still
it?
tickling
The
people.
Boston
I'll tell you
Tickler.
exactly why he's not getting away with it.
He is
No,
getting
he
away
is
with
getting
it.
away with it, is what he said.
Or yeah, exactly why he is getting away with it is because nobody's fucking chasing him. It's not
Yeah,
like he
right.
stole your shit.
You don't know that,
He doesn't
though?
steal anything.
People are probably just more confused than anything. Like, did somebody just break into my house and tickle my fucking feet? Like,
But
what the
that's
fuck?
where it starts. Then he starts sniffing your underwear. Then you're on SVU.
But it's guys, though. It's guys, mind you. I, just
wouldn't
want to
even-
throw that out there, too.
Again,
Guys are
he's
getting their
sniffing
feet
your
tickled.
underwear, and then you're
Yep.
on SVU.
I wouldn't even call the cops.
So,
I would just laugh.
I'd just go back to sleep.
Dude,
and be
I
like,
still
thanks for the
remember
foot
the time-
rub, bum ass.
I was like 13 and I was walking home and there was somebody following me on the entire way I was walking home. And like, look, I understand Florence is a small town, like people can follow you. But this was like to the point where he was following me, hiding behind bushes, peeking out, like following me. And it was creepy. He was like a middle-aged guy.
Oh, I
Like
was
it was
gonna say, how old
nuts
was
creepy.
he?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a problem.
And then I didn't go into my house. I went into Rocco's, hung out there for like 2 hours. So I didn't want him to know where I lived. Then I'm not even joking. Like 2 days later, I'm in my house. I get out of the shower, and the phone rings, and no one's home. I go and answer the phone, and he's like, "Oh, hey." and I answered back, and I was like, "Hi," and I go, "Well, what are you doing?" And I said, "Who is this? You know you look really good in a towel."
whoa.
And I responded back. I was like, click. And I hung up the phone. And then 2 seconds later, the phone rings again. And I mean, I don't know. Curiosity got me. I answered it. And he goes, why'd you hang up on me? And I hung up the fucking phone again.
Curiosity killed the cake.
Never
was me.
anything happened from there. I swear to God, it was probably my friends fucking with me. But ever since that day, I was like super, like, SVU was in my head. I like, every time I'm somewhere, I'm like, please don't gangbang me. Like, I'm like super
Please
scared.
don't gangbang me.
Yo, you know what's funny though? That shit probably is on her mind.
Bang me.
Right?
I had people over to my house a few weeks ago, and she was one of the people in attendance, and you got pretty shitty, and ended up having to get a ride home.
Pretty much
and it was
very
funny
shitty.
as hell.
You're still lightweight.
Yeah.
A few of our guy friends had to give her a ride home, and it was mad funny. We're all chilling on the front porch. Like, a bunch of us were on the front porch of my house, and we're just bullshitting, whatever. And then like Katie opens the front door, but it's like a double door. You know,
I swear
like,
I did not
like
know
the
people
real
were out
door,
there.
and then like the glass door. You know what I mean, like the storm door or whatever. She opens the first one. She looks back and she's like, I don't want to be on the news tomorrow. No gangbanging tonight.
Oh my god!
And like we're all standing on the
There
front
was like
porch,
12
and that's all we
people
heard.
outside that I did not know, and I was like, "That is the most embarrassing thing I could have said." Like, I was saying
Yeah.
it to people that like I knew, like close
Yeah.
friends of ours. I was like I was being driven home by 3 guys that I haven't hung out with in like 6 or 7 months. So like for me, I'm like in my head again. I revert
Yeah.
back to SVU, and I'm just like, this is like I'm gonna be in SVU tomorrow. Like this is gonna be like an episode of like the newspaper, like guys, and like we're walking out the door, and as we're walking out the door, I'm like, guys, just please don't bang me, like don't gang bang me, like let's.
So
let's
she
just,
made
like,
sure to
drive
announce
me
that.
home, like don't do anything like illegal, please.
That was the funniest damn part too. Is we're all on the porch just BSing, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Don't gangbang me," and we were all just like, like you ripped the needle off a record and shit. We all just look at the door like, "What?"
Very surprised there was like
That
people
wasn't
there
an
that like
option
are
before,
looking at me
but-
like,
We
is this
were
like
thinking
something she
about it.
wants?
Yeah, I was like, "Wait a minute, I planned the gangbang for next week. What is this shit?"
Hi, I'm here
it
for the
was really
gangbang.
funny. It was very embarrassing.
I forget what movie that was, but
Old school.
Old school. Yeah.
oh yeah, that's what it was. He
Yeah.
said, "Hi, I'm here for the
I'm here for the
gangbang."
gangbang.
Like, you know something's really embarrassing when you're super fucked up and you're still getting red-cheeked about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or you're like,
Yeah.
That's
when you
true.
say something, you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I just said that, and you know you're that, like,
Yeah, it's like,
that was
damn.
that embarrassing that I was that fucked up, and I still thought that was that embarrassing.
Those words just left my mouth. I have moments like that all
I
the
have a
time.
Get her
lot
a
of
shirt,
those
man.
moments.
Just get her a shirt. That's all.
Honestly, that's one of the main reasons I wanted to do this podcast too, because like,
To gangbang.
Oh, God, that's not like a
Smoking
thing,
gangbang?
is it? I'm not going to get gangbanged tonight.
Audio version.
no, no. I was gonna say it's just because sometimes shit just flies out of my mouth, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why did I say that? Like, where did that come from?
That same night, though, like, you and I, we got into, like, super, like, in-depth conversation. Like, you and I were just, like, going at it, like, just, like deep conversation.
Don't put it that way.
You and I were just going at it super deep, like real deep.
God, Steve, maybe I should have said it.
Never been involved in such a conversation that was so deep.
Yeah, why
we
you
You
gotta-
know, when like
That
you're
was
sitting
the
with your
worst
friend
way
and you
to
get
say
into a
that.
conversation that you just
That
like
shit was super
you look
sexual.
back at it and you're just like, wow, like
Yeah,
that was like
no.
a deep conversation.
For
like,
we got way too real for
we
a
did,
party
we did.
environment.
Yeah, but the
People-
funniest part is everyone's
are coming
partying
out onto the
upstairs.
porch.
It's just you and I in the basement having this serious conversation.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
felt,
People like
satisfied about it. Like,
people are poking their heads down. They're like, "Yo, you guys like actually gonna come up and party with us?" And I'm like, "We're talking." And they're like, "Oh, whatever."
hey guys are talking.
Yeah, right? That's always the most awkward shit too, man. So
Yeah.
back to awkward situations.
Yeah.
Yo, were you guys at Dave Jones's party? Do you remember that shit back in the day?
where he stole his
I've only
laptop
been to
and
one
shit,
of them.
broke the window. And
Oh, yo, man, that shit. Everything went wrong.
Yo,
at
that party was raw though. I'll
Somebody
give it to
poured
him.
beer all over his mom's like '65 Mustang. Like,
Yeah.
shit got
It was
wrecked.
fucked up, but it was a good ass party. That's
Oh
why
hell
it was a good
yeah!
party, though.
But I'll never forget the first time I ever met that girl, Jess. They told me to go to the basement to get a bottle of vodka or something. They're like, "Yo, go downstairs. There's like a mini fridge with mad liquor in it, whatever." I was like, "All right, cool." So I'm walking down the basement stairs and I just hear like clap, 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 and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I look over and I just see Jess getting smashed by some random guy. I didn't even know who he was, and I just stopped and looked at him, and they looked at me and just froze. And like started to pull the blanket over themselves, like slow as hell.
You are not invited.
And I just started dying
Not
laughing.
invited
I
to
was
this
like,
party.
I'm not a fucking T-Rex. Like, I see y'all. Even though you're not moving, I still know you're there. But yeah, that was the first time I ever met her.
Great.
Nice. What a
And it was funny because then I ended up running into her a bunch of times at parties after that. And every time she was just like mad awkward around me.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
you
hey.
walked in on her having
Say, if
sex.
anything, you should have a better bond. Like,
Yeah,
remember when
right.
I walked
Yo,
in on you?
remember
You know
when
what,
I
though?
saw you getting railed from behind? Like you were like that. You know, like that would just make it more awkward.
No, she's like trying to get mad at me. Like, you walked in, I was fucking. I'm like, y'all were in the middle of a room in a big ass basement where there was a liquor supply. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you should have known
fucked up.
better. That's like fucking on
asking
top of the
for it.
kegs and shit. Like, somebody gonna see you. They go to fill their beer up. They're gonna be like, could you move your ass, please? I need to fill my beer.
This fucking cop. Where the fuck is he from again?
Nice.
I forget what he was. Anyway, This guy, all right, let me just revert back, actually. There was a guy who was on the internet looking at porn, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden he clicks on this link. I don't know what the fuck he was looking at that he clicked on this link. And basically, it was just people shitting in public restrooms. And he saw himself shitting in a public restroom. So now he reported it to the news, right? Like reported it in the news. You know, they asked him questions about it, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'll just talk about it, whatever." Yeah. And he told him, he's like, you know, I'm up there, and I was looking at offensive links, and I clicked on a more offensive link, and next thing you know, there's me shitting. And he's like, you know.
Did he sue? Like, did he go like that far?
He didn't sue.
You know why he couldn't sue? Because why the fuck is a cop sitting home Googling videos of dudes shitting?
No, but it wasn't a cop. That's what I was saying. This is just a guy. There's more to the story. There's layers to this shit. All right?
There's layers to this shit,
layers
man.
to this shit.
This shit like an onion.
Yeah. So after he finds himself shitting, you know, obviously people look into it.
That just sounds so stupid. After he finds himself shitting.
So like how like what angle
was there an investigation?
I don't know. But
I was gonna say, is it like a toilet cam? That would be the most horrific video ever.
It was a hidden toilet cam.
And now
is what it was. So basically,
you see the turd.
So how do you know it's you if it's a hidden toilet cam?
Because he saw his face shitting.
Oh, see, like
oh no, see, I said
embarrassing. You're sitting down, like it's looking at you this way, like.
But you still found yourself shitting on the internet. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. What are the chances?
All right.
What are the chances?
He had good fun with it. All right.
He
was making jokes,
views.
whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, right. I'd be like, yo, I got 1 million views on me taking a dump. Shit.
So they're trying to track it down.
What do you got?
What ended up happening was there was this cop. He was trying to make extra money on the side, so he was doing these videos. He had the website and everything, but he would also try to get guys to come to the house, and he would offer to blow them, but they had to come and put their dick through the glory hole.
Oh yeah,
film it.
So they
like,
thought
this is a fucking cop,
and he was probably telling him it was a girl too, right? I've heard that's how it normally goes.
No,
because that's rampant on Craigslist,
yo. He was straight up about
those
it.
Those are those guys being embarrassed and being like, "They told me it was a girl." Like, no,
you said you were 20. Yeah,
blowed by a guy. Like, you knew that.
That's just
you
awful.
got caught. So, but yeah, basically they ended up finding out that the cop was the one that was planting the cameras in these bathrooms. Shit, man, I wish I knew where it was. But
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I would say I'm
Wisconsin.
kind of interested
Probably
now.
some boring ass state.
I gotta look
it's
it up.
In
North
Hamilton,
Dakota.
New Jersey.
Florence, New Jersey.
Yeah, so obviously it's a boring state if you got to film people pooping for entertainment and shit.
I ain't got shit
but
to
how
do.
crazy is like what if you were just
dumps.
like
no, you do have
stumble
shit to
upon
do.
That.
I got shit to do. I gotta watch people take shit.
Damn, shitty puns.
Blah blah blah.
Okay. But yeah, that was the story. So it's over. Let me put the little cue in there.
Dude, like how much money do you think? Like everybody always has this conversation. Like when they get certain amount drunk, when they always have this kind of conversation. How drunk, or how much money would it take? I should say, for you to blow another guy.
10
Coin
billion.
That would be,
that's what it'd be.
It would be a lot of money.
Like,
200 million.
Like if some guy offered you $2 million,
No.
and was
No,
like,
no,
I just
not
want
enough.
you to blow my dick
Not
for
enough.
15 minutes.
That's not enough. That's not worth the
$2
embarrassment.
million isn't worth 15 minutes.
It wouldn't take me 15 minutes, but no.
Oh, you're not confident in your blowjob. Shit.
Always wondering
Just
why that
kidding.
mic is so close to your mouth. Now I know why.
I'm the one that holds it like I'm fucking jerking off a
You
dick
do.
over here. So.
Yeah, Vince got the most experience.
I've been getting loads all night right now, so
Oh my god.
I might be used to this.
it would be a very high number because
But yeah,
I don't
mean,
want nobody asking me, "Oh, how'd you get that $2 million?" "Oh, I blew somebody."
Can I be
no.
drunk?
You would never have
If
to
somebody's
tell
like,
anybody,
"Yo, how'd you get that $1 billion?"
I took a
Suck
shot in the
dick.
mouth.
What if like
Suck the
nobody
fucking
ever
dick.
had to know about it? Like what if nobody ever knew? Nobody ever
still
did this.
not.
Like how much money would it actually take for you to do that?
You still have
If
to live with
nobody
it
knew.
yourself.
But
I would know.
Exactly.
It's just-
I would know. That's the worst
Like
part
you
about it.
Like think about it.
I
every
love that
time,
you two are
every
so
time I would
vocal about
spend,
this, and this
every
isn't
time
a
I would
fucking
spend some
word.
part of that money, that thought would just pop up in my head.
Yeah, see, like the way I'm thinking of it though, like I remember pretty much every sexual encounter relatively vividly, you know what I mean? But I just think that if there was a dick coming towards my mouth, that image would be burned into my brain.
The
forever.
biggest thing that I've ever heard before, or like that's kind of always stuck with me, is that I had this like super religious guy that worked with me, and he always said, you know, he was like a born again kind of guy, and he always said, you know, when you sleep with somebody, a piece of you sticks with them.
Yeah, my semen.
But he kind of was making a point that, like, any time that you sleep with a person, a piece of you goes with them.
Yeah.
And a piece of them goes with you. So you got to kind of, how many pieces do you really have to give up in this world? So he was kind of just trying to be like, save yourself for marriage, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, kind of too late.
Oh, my God.
But
Whoa.
All right. Like, my thing is, like, all right, it's disgusting. So it'd be kind of like you're on Fear Factor, and they're like, yeah, eat all these beetles and shit. I'd be like, no. Like, you're Joe Rogan right in front of me. I might win money, and I'm still not going to eat this fucking beetle. Like, I'm watching this dude eat beetles. I'm watching her eat beetles, and I'm not eating beetles. Like,
can I go last just so I can stand here?
It would
watch
have,
them eat
like,
beetles?
I'd have to be drug-induced,
to
to be
what?
completely honest.
To what?
And
To suck a dick.
to suck a dick for like $200 million or something.
But see, he never said it was like he would never do it. He's just saying he has to have a little drug in him.
just
I'd have to
roofie
be
me.
drug
Let me be
induced. Is
asleep.
my point.
Roofie me a little bit, and I'll suck a dick.
Because I know I wouldn't.
Hold on, there's got to be money involved still.
Yeah, you didn't just drop
because
my
you're
paycheck
roofing
out
me,
there.
just
Hold on a
because you're
second.
roofing
Hold on
me
a second.
doesn't
I
mean
thought I
there's
was
no
getting
money
paid.
involved.
Hey, man, GHB's expensive.
Roofie me, give me $5, and I'll suck your dick.
Wow. Wow.
What are you doing later?
So going back to what you were saying, I also heard advice where it was like basically like if you sleep with somebody, like you're equal now.
Yeah.
Like that's you're equal no matter what happens from here on out. So like, you see somebody at a party and she's getting treated bad or something like that, or she needs a ride home. Like now you got to fucking step up. Like you're kind of like, you guys are equal. You can't badmouth her. You can't sit there and talk shit. Like,
Whoa.
oh yeah. No, but the fact is it's a reflection of yourself.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So what your habits are and what's going on is now a reflection of yourself.
Far out,
Whoa.
man.
I never
Trippy.
considered
That
like
doesn't
sleeping with
take into
somebody, like even if you have a
consideration
one night stand, I never consider
relationship
that like you being a slut. I consider like when you sleep with somebody, you've got to feel a connection with that person.
Right.
You've got to feel something deeper than just physical. If you don't see something deeper than just a
Deeper.
physical connection, then what the hell's the point? What's the point in going through that and doing that with a person unless you think there's going to be something further along the way?
Well, see,
Granted,
that's...
if a week later that guy ends up being a dickhole and you just want to like be done with it, like that's fine. But
Yeah.
you weren't a slut because you decided to let your inhibitions go and you gave it up at the first date kind of thing. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you gotta kind of...
It's unfair to
I guess
women.
it's hard to say.
See,
It's
I
unfair to
think-
women because you get judged like right
Yes,
away. You're either
exactly.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's a
that
double
bitch don't give
standard.
out, or
Double standard.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
sees this like, oh yeah, she's a slut. Blah 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 blah.
And if
oh,
she
that
doesn't
bitch
give
is
out,
prude,
she's a
blah, blah,
prude.
blah,
Yep.
blah, blah.
Yep, exactly.
It always makes me think of
I
that
just don't give a
Ludacris
fuck.
song. The Ludacris song off of I think it's off of Battle of the Sexes, when it's like when my neighbors see you walking out my door, they be saying, "Hey ho." And it's talking about
ho.
shit, and the moral of the song is pretty much like dudes sleep around and it's like high fives and shit, and
Yeah.
girls sleep around, it's like, ew, bitch.
Well, to be honest,
Yeah.
I don't think a guy is going to feel comfortable with a girl that's been with like 50 guys. I don't think, like, and I'm sorry, a guy wants a girl to be his. He wants to be able to be like, that's my girl. That, like, she's only been with me. She's only been this. But in this today and age, you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna happen.
But see, again, I feel like you're speaking more towards the end of actual relationships and not just like hookups. Because like what you
Yeah.
were saying
There's a
before,
big
like
difference.
you have to feel a little something more than physical connection.
Yeah.
Like I've banged several girls that it was nothing more than physical connection.
I'll say that I've
And
never...
that's why it ended so
there's-
badly, 'cause
There's
it was-
one person that I've slept with, and it's because I physically was like, oh, you know what? I've never had a one-night stand. Let's have a one-night stand. And I still, like, it's not that I regret it, but I was just like, whatever. It's not a big deal. There's never been anybody that I've slept with that I wasn't like, this is going to become a relationship. This is going to become somebody I marry. Like, I've
Yeah.
always had that path in my head. I've always had that thought process. Because to be honest with, like, to me, if I don't have that thought process, if I don't have that, like, mindset, like, I'm not going to sleep with you unless I think that there's going to be something that goes on with that.
Yeah.
Granted, if I met
Which
you
I
for,
understand.
20 minutes and I sleep with you, it's like...
You were very impressive.
Felt that connection fast.
You know what I mean, though? Like, I'm gonna...
I know
think
what
it's
you
gonna
mean.
lead to something. And it should, I think. I don't think you should be with somebody that you don't think is gonna lead to something, because I think you're just leading the other person on, and it's stupid.
See, I agree.
I don't think meaningless sex is...
I'm sure there's a lot of whores out there that would disagree with you right now.
Well, see, I mean, look, I agree with you to an extent, but at the same time, the way I look at it anymore, like, my last relationship crashed and burned in spectacular fashion, and I haven't really I have.
So I thought that was necessary.
Granted, you slept with her for a reason because you wanted it to be something.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, we were together for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that shit crashed and burned. So after that, I just more or less had, you know, the metaphorical bad taste in my mouth. I wasn't really looking for a relationship, and I ended up getting involved with a couple of different girls, and they wanted something serious. Even though right at the beginning of it, I told them, like, look, you know, I'm not really looking for anything serious. I was honest. It wasn't like I was that creeper guy that's like, oh, I love you, I want to marry you, then I'll fuck you and leave. You know what I mean? Like, I never did that.
Well,
I was always straightforward. Like, I'm not interested in dating you. I don't think we get along that well, but I really like your tits. You know what I'm saying? Shit like
Just
that.
trying to bang bang.
And you'd be amazed though. There's a bunch of girls out there that are cool with that. They understand, but
Yeah.
but it always seems that something always goes wrong. Always, it's always like somebody
100%,
catches
because
feelings,
one
whatever.
person wants to be more than the other person.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're okay with it to a point, but at the end of the day, everybody wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be in a relationship.
Yeah,
Everybody
which
wants
I
that.
understand completely. And I mean, honestly, the last girl that I was like sort of serious with, this girl Kelsey, we
Is that the rich one?
shout out.
no. No. She was pretty cool. She was awesome. We chilled all the time and everything. And I don't know, it was just weird. Like, I liked her, but I didn't really feel any like serious connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm at the point now that I only want to date somebody if I really feel something strong, because I've wasted time before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, now I understand completely what a semi-serious relationship is.
The funniest part about it is, like, people always try to overcomplicate it. Like, I'm sorry, guys, and I hate to say this in front of 3 guys,
It is
but
what it is.
Hey,
you are the simplest creatures known to man. If you
Yeah.
want it, you'll go for it. If you like it, you'll do it. If you love it, you'll be with that person. Like, that's all it's about. That's all it is. If you love that
act on-
person, you're going to
Was that
go
supposed to be
after
me?
it.
So is what you hold on.
She said sorry, guys, and then said this like compliment type thing. Like,
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
But now, hold on. To
Sorry,
to
hold on.
am I
simplify,
supposed to be offended right now because it's not working? I'm not offended at all.
what
If you
just,
love if you love a person, if you're in it, you're gonna go for it all full force. Like, if that woman's in front of you and you're just like, you know, I love her, you're gonna do everything you're gonna do for her, and that's when you're gonna know that it's right.
yeah, but to try to simplify that, what you're saying basically is
That
like,
is simplified.
no, but I'm saying
And
men.
we're
and
simple.
girl talk.
See, the way I look at it is that men operate on sexual interest and logic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
to me that's the way my mind operates. I am logical, but I'm horny.
Yeah.
So there's like that balance. But women,
The time that you
operate
think about
on-
with your emotions is when you know you have the right woman.
yeah, but see, well then I've never found the right woman.
Exactly. If you had the right woman, you would have her right now.
Well,
That's all it's about, though. That's the thing,
That's
though.
some
Like,
deep
once you
shit right
have
there.
it, it's there. It's
That's some deep
done.
shit right
It's
there.
over with.
obviously
like,
you haven't met her.
This is what the sorry was. This is what the sorry was for.
Dude, there's no...
It was further leading to this
She
conversation.
cut it off early. That's all it was.
Dude, there's
Yeah.
no second guessing about it. Once you have her, you're done. Like, I've had a friend that broke up with this girl, and he was like, you know, I just didn't think it was right. I didn't really feel it. But, you know, and then he tried to go out with her again, and he was like, no, you know what? I really liked her. She was pretty. She was this. You know, she was everything that was right. And I looked at him and I said, why the hell are you going out with her again? And he goes, well, because I think it'll be right. And I said, if it wasn't right the first time, it's not right the second time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done and it's over with. A guy knows within the first 5 minutes of meeting a chick if he wants to be with her for the rest of her life. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's that
hell
easy.
no,
It
no.
is.
We're
It
not
is.
that simple.
No.
Golly.
The
All right, I
first
shouldn't say
5
5
minutes,
minutes.
that's-
Maybe I should say for the first couple of months. I should say that. I
Okay,
should say a couple months.
Months. I
go
Because
years.
on board
sometimes
with
it
that,
takes.
but
I'll go
Sometimes
years.
of course you'll go years. How long?
I may accept the years point
Years,
because
baby.
it may take a while for a person to unfold to you and really show you who the true person is.
That's
I will
true,
say,
too.
It could
Yeah,
take a couple
exactly.
of years for that to really happen.
But the
at the end of the
way-
day, if a guy loves a person, that's all he's going to want. That's all it's going to happen. And when you have that and you actually understand what that is, like, you're going to understand, like, fuck, like, how could I ever live without this person? Like, that's what it's about.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's why I laughed, because it was like this winded, like.
Hey, we're simple,
and then
man.
Ross just-
Simple answers.
Yeah.
No, because I
right.
was trying to think of some responses and stuff, but like I get what you're saying, you know what I mean? But like back to what I was saying though, it's like I feel that men and women just completely operate on different planes. Like we're not even playing the same game ever.
No.
Like women make judgment calls and make decisions based on emotion, which is understandable.
Women are emotional based, men are logical based. I will 100% agree with you on that.
And I think that definitely bleeds over into relationships because, all right, hear me out on this. Mm-hmm. I've known lots of girls that, well, let me start this a little over here. It's like a guy will be interested in a girl, and then she won't really be that interested. But if the guy is super persistent, then she'll give in and be like, okay, I'll go out with him. And
I
then,
thought it was the opposite.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, this shit, I've seen it happen before, and then it's like months and months later, like she's super in love with him, whatever, and then he starts like, I don't know, I fall for that shit so hard, and like, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just, it's weird, but like, I don't know, it's just the way we operate is completely different. And, like, I love being in relationships, you know what I mean? Like, I love having someone to love. It's great.
The
and I
funniest
love
part
being
about
loved.
that whole thing that you're saying is that when you find that person that's on the same page as you, that's when it's different.
Yeah.
When you find that person that everything you're doing is exactly the same page, like you're turning the pages at the same time, like you're moving on in the relationship at the exact same time, that's when it's right. That's when it's a different story. Not when one person's after the other person for months and then it switches and then it goes back and forth and this. It's when you find that person that you're a parallel with, like we talked about a couple weeks ago. When you find that person that you're parallel with, that's what it's about. You have to be able to grow with that person for years, not just grow and plateau.
Yeah.
You need to be able to grow and stay parallel for years and years and years and years. And I'm sorry, but that's a very hard thing to find.
It's like
very
a 6-month cycle.
It is.
Yeah.
Whoa, 6 months?
It's like a 6-month cycle.
See, you know, it's funny you say that, though, because in my experience, as a matter of fact, on the drive over here, we're talking about this. I was like, all my relationships have either been like 3 months, 6 months, or a year.
Yeah.
Like, it seems to be those are the denominations.
Yeah.
But with the 6-month thing, it's funny you say that because, like, my last relationship, I briefly mentioned that, like, that shit crashed and burned. It did not end well. Well, 6 months into that relationship, I tried to end it because I felt, like I was saying before, like, I didn't feel that huge of a connection, whatever. I was like, I'm more or less in this for the fun right now. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel right. I want to end it. I tried to end it. And she just wasn't having it. Like, it was pretty much like talked me into
Did you
being with her.
apologize?
Because she wanted to be the one to end it, so she could be
sorry,
like,
it's
"Oh,
not
I
you, it's
jumped
me."
it." Yeah.
Did you apologize?
Apologize.
Yeah. Did you say I'm sorry? This is it's not going to work out. Did
I
you say
don't-
I'm sorry? Is the thing.
I don't remember if I said
'Cause
I'm
you're not
sorry or not.
That's just what I think.
I don't think I said I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I think I said, like, we don't get along. This shit needs to end.
Good.
Like,
Yeah. No,
But-
because breakups can't be fucking confusing.
yeah, but
No,
I mean,
they have
long,
to be straightforward. Like
Yeah.
you're firing somebody, you have to
Yeah.
follow like the fucking protocol of it.
Yeah.
You got to be like, you know what? We're moving in a different direction. I'm sorry, but you need to leave this company right now. Thank
yeah,
you.
your position has been eliminated from
HR
our
will
payroll.
handle the rest of your deployment. You know,
Yeah.
and I can walk out the door.
But yeah, long story short is, like, I tried to end it at 6 months, and I mean, she pretty much just talked me out of it. And
Damn.
The greatest part about it is
Salesman.
the second that
But
you
no,
thought
that's-
that it should have been over, you
Girls
should
are
have
good
just
at that
ended
shit.
it.
But see,
gotta
that's the
suck
thing.
it, though.
No, but look, that's the thing, though. Like, the reason I was trying to end it wasn't because I didn't feel love. It was because I just didn't feel like the love was going to continue.
Exactly. So it wasn't
I was
right.
looking ahead. It was like, in the moment, I was still in love, but I was just like, what's going to happen in a couple years when we keep having the same issues? I'm not going to love you anymore, so
Like-
we need to end it. But we were still in love, whatever, so it kept going. And then a year later, shit was done. Dumped me, and that was it. You know what I mean?
Like
And,
I said, though,
it was
like a
just-
couple
it
weeks
was-
ago, that sometimes when you love a person and you have a love with a person, there's a reason why you're with that person for as many years as you are, is because
Whoa, years?
yes, because your
No, I'm
your
just
love
weird.
is supposed
I'm
to
just
grow
playing.
with another person, and maybe the intent of that is for you to grow so much to where you become to a point where you're able to love another person even better.
That
Do you know what I
shit-
mean?
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about that before, and that, honestly, it's that thought process is depressing, enlightening, and like looking towards the future all at once. It's, I don't know, it's
You
so
always
crazy
have
to
to
think
look
about it that
towards
way.
you.
It's like when two people get together and they love each other very much, but it just doesn't end up working out, and they're not right for each other.
But sometimes you better each
And
other
the-
as people.
Yeah, and that's crazy to think about. Like, hey, like, I appreciate our relationship because you turned me into the man that was right for the woman that I will love forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But that's
Like you
true
would
love.
fall.
Like, sometimes you can love
Yeah.
a person and not end up with that person for the rest of your life. Like it's not always a fairy tale. Like it's not always that way.
it's very rarely a fairy tale
Yeah,
anymore.
that's very true.
Times are tight. Struggles are real.
You know what it is? Everybody's
It's
meeting
real.
too young. Everyone's trying to be in that fairy tale too young.
That's
it's the problem.
Yeah, and honestly,
Yeah.
I'm glad I never really made that mistake, you know, getting super serious with somebody too fast.
Oh, that was my
Because
problem.
honestly, like I'm the kind of guy though, like I will catch feelings pretty quickly. Like if I'm really getting along with a girl and we enjoy each other's company and this and that, like I'll catch feelings. You know, I hate that term, but it's, you know, common expression, so I got to use it. But it's like I'll get feelings for somebody, and then I don't know, you know, shit doesn't work out, whatever. But it just sucks because it gets to the point where like you start catch feelings for people too fast, and then it's like, okay, I need to be more reserved. I
it
need to back
screws
up.
you that first time.
And then you're too far away from it, and girls are like, "You're not open enough, and you have no emotions, and you're a fucking robot."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, well, sometimes business, I gotta be a robot.
yeah. Dude.
Like, you know what I mean? Once you experience a pretty bad heartbreak, shit changes.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you become a different person.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But like I said, I think that, or like Katie said, I think that changes you. That makes you a better person for the next thing that comes along. You know what I mean?
You appreciate
And it
it
sucks.
more. You understand it more. You
Exactly.
You want it to be something that it should be.
Yeah, and that's baggage that's with you forever. You know, like, it's not like you're ever just going to forget that shit. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, bad relationships, they'll go away. Once you find the right one, you'll forget all
But
about
think
it.
about
It's
the
like,
people
no,
that
you
are
won't.
married
That's
for
what made
20,
you.
25 years and then go off to be married for 40, 45. You know what I mean? Like, people do that. They get married very, very young, and then they stay married for 20 years while they have their children, and then they break up, and they find new love.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. See, that's the thing with me, too, with kids. Like,
Kids are a big
Whoa.
thing.
if I, yeah.
Why would we do this?
If no, like if I'm not a huge
That
fan
shit
of
went
children.
way over my head. I just started laughing. I was like, yo, I thought you were serious. He said, whoa. I was looking around like, yo, what happened?
But like I'm not the biggest fan of children, and honestly, I don't know if I'm ever going to want kids.
I want 4.
I mean, I know
Oh, me too.
I know for
I
a
want 4
matter
boys.
of fucking fact that right now where I'm at
I
in
could take
life,
4
I
boys.
do not
Yeah,
want
girls,
children.
no way.
Oh God, if
Girls are a nightmare.
I guarantee I'm having all girls.
if I have a
Oh,
daughter,
you would. I
she's
could
gonna
see
hate
you
me.
having all girls.
guarantee it.
See, I'm scared, man. If I have a daughter, she's gonna fucking hate me because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
she's
be
gonna
that.
hate me. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
There's certain girls though
super
that I can have. Like my
overprotective.
little
Yeah.
cousin, the one girl, there's 2 of them. The one is so much like a girl. Like she's like wants to be like at Nordstrom's and doing this and like with their purses and and their baby dolls. The other one wants to be kicking around a soccer ball. So it's
Awesome.
like I want to be around the one that's around her soccer ball. She's so much fun. She's lighthearted. She's just an amazing girl to be around. But that's the problem though. Is like I want boys because they're always that way.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, for the most part.
Always doing dumbass shit.
Yep.
So I don't know if I was gonna have kids and I had to have kids, I would probably want 2.
I want
2.
4. I want a big
4.
family. I want to be able to be like, I just want them all over the place. I never want to stop. I just want family all over the place.
No, see, fuck that. You
4.
said 4 kids and my heart started beating funny. Like, I can't handle that shit. Like, yo, my goddaughter, she had her birthday party a few months ago, and I went over there, and there was a bunch of kids. It was her 3rd birthday party. So all the mother's friends were there with their kids and everything. Hella kids in this crib. And I was just standing in the corner, like, having a fucking panic attack. I'm like, oh my God, they're touching everything. They're moving shit around. They're messy as fuck. They're dropping
They're
cake
gonna
on the
take
carpet.
over.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't handle it. It's like a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking sloppy assholes just running around the house, and you can't reason with them.
They're
They
like
don't
a bunch
understand.
of drunk adults.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
what
a
it
bunch
is.
of drunk people.
It's like a bunch of fucking drunk retards running around the house fast as hell, and
But
you're just like, you can't convince them.
that they stop and they lay with you and they just go, oh, hi, how are you? You're just like, oh. Your heart melts. You just love it. They're so cute.
Yeah, see,
like,
I don't have
you're
kids.
so cute, and then it kicks you in the fucking shin, and you're like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The best thing I ever had was when I was babysitting this little 2-year-old boy, and he was like so cute, and he was laying on top. I woke him up from his nap because he can only take a nap for an hour, because you don't want your kids to nap too long during the middle of the day because you want them to be able to sleep the entire night.
I guess that's how it works.
Yeah, that is how it works. You want them to sleep the whole night. You don't want them to sleep during the day so they don't sleep the whole night.
Slap them hard enough.
No, you want to actually be
want.
able to sleep through the night. When you're sleeping, they're sleeping. That's the pattern that you want. So I picked this little boy up, and he's like 2 years old, and I lay him on my chest, and I'm laying on the couch, and I'm waiting for him to wake up, and I have Finding Nemo on and all that stuff. And he just kind of looks up at me, half asleep. He just goes, "Oh, chocolate eyes." And he like points to my eyes, and I was like, "Oh." like literally my entire soul melted. I was just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
but see,
you're the cutest thing in the entire world."
The way I look at that statement, you're like, "Oh, that's so cute." He looked at my eyes, chocolate eyes. The way I look at that is that this little uneducated thing was looking at your eyes and was like, "Can I eat them? Is that shit chocolate? Chocolate? You got candy?" Like, he wasn't trying to pay you a compliment.
No,
he just wanted candy.
Cute.
See, I don't know. I don't mind the idea, but like once my nephew came around, I was like, yeah. I want
Exactly. The second
You
you
do
have a
want one?
child
Yeah.
or a nephew and they squeeze your finger and is like the cutest thing in the world, your entire view will change.
See,
Like,
look, I have
I
a
know.
goddaughter, and I love her to death. Little Abby Ray. She's fucking beautiful, and she's super awesome. She doesn't cry. She doesn't bitch. She's cool as hell. That is
Some babies
my
are like
idea
that.
of a kid. But when I see, like, these, like, at her party, she was super well behaved, just chilling, loving life, eating food, cake, whatever. And then all the little friends running around, fucking throwing stuff and just being assholes. And I'm like, oh my God.
The part that
Like, that's
probably
my
won't
luck.
get to you, though, like, you might not see, it might not hit you in the beginning, but when that child gets to 12, 13 years old and other boys are looking at her, that might get you. Like,
Then it's murder time.
you might go to a
Oh,
picnic and another boy is like holding her hand. You might be like, "Who the fuck is that holding her hand?"
Get the fuck
You know what I
outta
mean?
here.
That's when it
Hey,
might get
what do you have to
you.
offer her?
Yeah.
Getting you.
Kindergarten
Nice knowing
diploma. Yo, how bad is that, though? It's nice knowing you. Damn.
Mine are still worse.
Cold as hell.
Like, damn.
Why
Well,
are they
no,
always
it's-
with me?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kids.
I melt. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Lie. I melt. And in fact, I think about it like all night too. I'm like, damn, that was so fucking cute.
See, man,
Like,
man,
wait,
y'all
did
are
that-
making me just feel like this fucking monster. Because
Yeah,
you're
you
all like, oh, it's super cute, this and
motherfucker.
that. And I'm just thinking, I'm like,
It is though.
Kids
I
are the
just
coolest,
don't-
man.
I just don't feel that way.
Yeah,
I they
just
get on your
don't.
fucking nerves, but they're still cool as shit.
They
Yeah, but
do,
that's
they
my
do.
problem,
They can,
like,
they can
I'm-
irritate the shit out of you, but at the end of the
Yeah.
day, they are the cutest, most beautiful. And they're,
But see,
they're
that's
the new
why-
world, though. They're what's when you're old and shit. They're the ones that are gonna be taking care of you. Like,
That's
you know
why.
what I mean?
That's why I love having a goddaughter, though, because like I can spend time with her, I can do this and that. But at the end of the day, if she's cranky as fuck, I gotta go home. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm there. I want to be there for a bunch of the cute moments, and that's great. But all the other ones, I don't.
I try to
wanna
put
be
it
People
in
give
involved.
parents
perspective.
like not enough recognition. Like when you're a parent, like you've got every minute of your day is exhausted with doing something. Like there's
Hell
no
yeah.
like putting the dog in the cage. Like you've gotta
All right.
be there every minute of the day.
See,
Yeah.
speaking just to that point, I know when I was a little kid, I'll remember. I used to. It's super funny. I potty trained myself when I was super young. I just hated diapers. Like, I potty trained myself, but I couldn't wipe my ass. So
Wipe my own ass.
So I swear to God, like, I would go take a dump and just yell for my mom. I'm like, Mama, wipe my
so
butt.
many kids do that.
And I'm
So
just
many
thinking
kids.
back, and I'm like, I'm a little kid, so obviously, like, that's whatever, you know what I mean? She wiped my ass plenty enough. But it's just funny thinking back. Like, if I were her, I'd be like, motherfucker, I'm going to teach you how to use this goddamn toilet paper.
Right.
Like, you're sitting on the toilet, you better learn how to wipe.
It's like, honestly, like, you think it's so weird, but when you, like, my little cousin, like, I took her to the bathroom, like, we were on swimming and everything, and, like, we were, she was like, can you take me to the bathroom? And I was like, okay. We walk in there, she's sitting on the toilet, and she's peeing, and all of a sudden she just goes, I pooped. And I just looked at her, and I was like, oh my God, that was literally the cutest thing that I've ever heard. And I'm just like, you just shit in front of me, and I thought it was the cutest thing in the entire world. Like, why is that cute?
Oh man, yeah, it's weird because like when you think about when you were growing up and you're like the people that you looked up to, cousins or anything like that, brothers, and you're just like, oh yeah, I remember that, or your uncle, you know, and then it's like, damn, like that's me now.
Yeah.
Like I gotta make those memories. Like I gotta do the cool shit, you know.
Oh man, y'all fucking with my head right now.
Yo, this is real life.
It's deep. This is what happens when you have a girl on the show.
Deep
Real
ass
talk.
conversation. Let's get emotional.
I know, right? We're talking about relationships and fucking
crying.
kids and
We
shit.
haven't mentioned aliens once. This is bullshit. I want to talk about aliens.
All right, go
Damn.
ahead.
So now I'm just fucking
no
with you.
aliens, no
No,
video
I talk about
games,
aliens every episode, so we're not gonna talk about aliens.
and video games
I'm pretty sure I have an obsession.
that I don't play.
Don't blame me about the video
Video games
games.
that
I
I do
don't.
not
I don't
play.
instigate the video games.
All right, so just
But I
real
will
quick,
talk about
since you mentioned video games and
Oh,
our guest had to
God.
get up to use the bathroom,
E3.
how,
Ooh,
what
we
do
can talk
you
about that.
what do you think
Yeah.
about some of the Xbox One releases coming up this year that have revealed at E3?
Does it have to be exclusive?
No.
All right.
I'm just saying I have an Xbox One, so I've watched the trailers that have shown up
All right.
on the Xbox
I
One
am excited for a
dashboard.
lot of games. I'm definitely getting an Xbox One or a PS4 soon.
Evolve,
Evolve is
raw.
going to be awesome.
that looks raw as fuck.
I want The Witcher.
I watched a little trailer for that. It looked pretty cool.
The Witcher is going to be crazy.
I'm kind of excited for the new Crackdown, honestly. I
I
thought
know
the
you
first
like
one was
Crackdown.
amazing fun.
Yeah, I hate Crackdown.
Really?
I'll tell you why. It's just when I played the first one, dude, it's just run around, shoot, jump. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good.
But it was fun as hell because you're just like, I can leap 40 meters.
I can see
And
where
like
it
you
would
kick
be
a
fun,
guy
but
across the world and shit. It was pretty cool.
I couldn't get into it. But it's got multiplayer. I got to check out the video for
It was a
that.
grinding game, honestly. The first Crackdown, it was more of a grinding game than anything because it's like, oh, you're not strong enough to take on this boss. Like,
Yeah.
run around the city, find agility orbs and shit like that so you can get stronger to go back and fight them.
I'll tell you what,
don't know what game you're
Nintendo.
talking about.
Nintendo is what had me impressed the most. To be completely honest,
Well-
they had a shit ton of games that were just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, sweet.
And that's good though because the Wii U is a fucking massive flop. Like there was no games for it really when it came out.
Yeah,
And honestly, you know what I contribute all that to is the fact that they called it the Wii U. That's what fucked them. They should have called it something completely different.
The Wii 2.
No, like get rid of the Wii name completely because you know what the problem is? They did like a poll online. More than 50% of people polled thought that the Wii U was an added-on peripheral for the Wii.
yeah.
Like people didn't even know it was a new system, and Nintendo's advertising campaign was ass cheeks.
Well, all right. So aside from that, but like their future is looking really good right now.
Well,
Really
it's
fucking
Nintendo,
good.
so I knew that it wasn't like they were going to go anywhere.
No, but
they
like,
just had to find their way again.
The amount of hype right now, especially for Zelda, like how many people are gonna buy that shit for Zelda? But Smash Brothers.
Oh, there's a new one coming?
They had a tournament that they held, and they even said, they were like, guys, this went way beyond our expectations. They were like, you know, I'm not going to make any promises, but we're going to do something like this again, you know, and like you can pretty much see it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm pumped about it. E3's been really cool overall. I can't say that I'm going to buy all these games because normally I do.
Yeah.
But this time I can't fucking do it. There's no way I'll play all that shit. There's no fucking way.
There's a bunch of games I saw that I liked.
Yeah, like I don't know. They got the new Battlefield. I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, which
I like Uncharted. Love that game.
yeah, that'll be
That
amazing.
that one's gonna be real good. The new Rainbow Six Siege looks really good too.
I didn't see the video yet. I heard it looked like
Awesome.
Counter-Strike though.
It's fucking awesome.
Okay,
That's good. What else did I see? GTA 5 is gonna be on next gen, which is gonna be cool if they step it up.
yeah, I'm gonna buy it again. It
Yeah,
is
if
what it is.
if I get an Xbox One or a PS4, I'm definitely gonna get it again.
That's just like fun.
I'm not
Fun to
gonna play the story mode again though, unless they add on to it like they say that they're going to. But
Yeah,
knowing Rockstar, that's not gonna be out for a while.
yeah, I might do a little bit at a time, but I'm not entirely sure.
Shit.
Believe me, there's the million things. Like I could talk about this forever. That's why I'm like, you see
Yeah, I
how
know,
I'm trying
there's
to hold
so
back
many
right
ga-
now because I'll talk about this all fucking day.
I know you
There's,
could.
There's no. I was at work, like on my phone, doing a shifty eye. Like, all right, let me check out this E3 real quick. See what's
They got a
going
new
on.
Forza coming out, which looked good too.
Yeah.
That looked really good.
The only problem I have
Did you
with
see that, Ross?
like the last
Hell
Forza
yeah.
just came
Hell
out,
yeah.
motherfucker. It's not even a whole year, and you're gonna release another Forza.
That's what I'm
Get the fuck
saying.
out of here.
Well,
It
see,
literally won't be a year.
I know. That's why my friend was like, "Did you see the new Forza video?" I'm like, "What? They just came out with one."
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. The way that they're trying to do the Forza series right now is that, like, Forza Motorsport itself it's not considered a racing game. It's a simulator.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon is like a whole nother line of games that they're going to do that's more arcade style, and it's supposed to be more multiplayer based.
But it's Forza, and I'm going to have to play it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck you.
No, I know exactly what you mean, dude.
You guys are making me buy this shit again.
Just yesterday, I fucking got home from work, and I downloaded the 2.8 gig update, so I had Nürburgring.
Yeah.
And then I proceeded to just hot lap Nürburgring for like an hour.
How's it look? Yeah, all right. Because I got to download it, I guess.
It looked good.
Welcome back to Nerds. Hey.
It looked good.
Straight out of E3, baby.
All right, so look, we have our first female guest here. Like, I was hoping to try to tackle nothing really in particular, but more or less just like
this feels like a segment.
Gender issues.
This might be a segment.
Okay,
Shit.
All right, I'm all about it.
Well, see, thanks for slapping that pressure down.
Man, my bad.
But no, I'm just saying, like, I wanted to talk about things that are gender related. You know what I mean? Like, we already talked about male and female perspective on relationships, and
peeing.
and we
peeing,
yeah, we touched on peeing,
important.
and we briefly touched on sex as well, because you know it's just the world is different for men and women. It is a 100% different planet. Everything is looked at differently.
Is this on Facebook or because that's another fucking planet too?
Oh, I don't know, man.
That's
I'm not even
planets
on
on your
Facebook. I
planets.
hate Facebook.
I've been off of Planet Facebook
I hate
for
Facebook
almost
too.
I've been
3
off
years
of
now.
Facebook for 3 or 4 months.
I
now.
post one status like every 2 weeks. I think.
Actually,
3
yeah.
or
Like,
4 months sober.
Today I was watching soccer and everybody and their mother on the fucking field was flopping. So I put if soccer had fines, all the players will be broke.
See, that's the truth. But like my activity, I don't know. Like I'll be on there like 3 months. I'll be active as shit.
I just felt
6
like I
months.
need to
You
say
don't
that.
hear
I
shit.
literally I hadn't posted anything on Facebook in probably a year and a half. So I was just like, if I'm not posting anything and I'm barely reading anything anybody else is posting, I need to get off of it.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the
So I
point?
completely got off of it.
And honestly, that's pretty much where it got for me too. It got to the point where I was just sick of reading shit from people that I didn't like.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta get rid of this. And it's been right about 3 years for me now since I deleted it. It's kind of crazy how
I'd say
fast time
probably
flies.
years
3
clean.
months or so, 4 months.
Yeah, 3 years clean
3
as
months
hell.
sober?
None of
Okay,
that fucking Facebook needle.
What were you gonna say though? I didn't mean to fucking get off track. We do that shit all the time.
Oh, I wasn't really going anywhere super specific with it. I was more or less just thinking,
I didn't know
Well,
if you had
Just
a
looking for a
specific topic.
female
No,
opinion on something.
yeah, just what are some gender issues? You know what I mean? Like it was
Ask me anything. I'm good.
well, like it was crazy.
She's real.
Because on Joe Rogan's podcast, the last one I listened to, he briefly mentioned like just the perspective of stuff. He's like, if you're an adult man and you're walking out to your car in a dark parking lot and you see people in the lot, more or less you just look at them and say, okay, there are people over there, and you're good.
God.
But like a girl walking through a dark ass parking lot will
Dude,
look
I
over
take
and be like,
boxing
"Oh
lessons
God,
right
like
now,
fucking
and
rape
I-
potential."
Yeah.
Exactly. I take, like I told you earlier in this episode, all I ever think about is SBU. Like I literally, like
Every person she sees in life, he's gonna
I'm
rape me or kill me.
sorry.
That's just it's a pessimistic
I'm
fucking way to go through life.
I'm
But I
not
bet you
trying
won't
to
get
sound
raped.
cocky. I'm not trying to sound like prissy in any way, but like I'm a young, attractive female. Like I can honestly say, like you know, like I have
Caveat
boobs.
accepted.
I have, but like I'm even if I'm not attractive, like I'm a suspect. The second I walk out into a parking lot, if I don't have a guy with me or somebody that's really gonna fight somebody else, like I have to defend myself. The second I walk outside of a school building, the second I walk out of my work, the second I have my keys between my knuckles.
All right.
I have
Really?
like my shit on
I think
point
all girls
because
do this now.
yes,
to be
because
completely
the
honest.
second that I
Like
walk out of anywhere, I
Oh,
have
shit.
to realize that there could be somebody that could easily grab me.
Yeah, it was a little early.
Yeah. My bad. You're good.
Yeah, nah, you.
That wasn't the
going.
signal.
Yeah, nah, you. Yeah, I know.
No, 'cause
you're a
I
little
don't need
early.
it
I
anymore.
looked at him,
But
and
yeah, it's
Somebody
just
could grab me so easily. You don't understand.
Yeah, you're not.
Like that's the thing
very
you understand.
small.
It's hard between a guy and a girl. Like a guy, somebody could grab you, could kind of force them off. A girl, no matter how strong I am, I might not be able to force that person off of me, and that's a scary thing.
Yeah, because like the way I look at it, like I'm 6'1", 220. Like if somebody wants to come and try to kidnap me, it's going to be a hell of a struggle.
Yeah,
you're the
I'm
shit.
120
But like,
pounds.
yeah, you're a tiny little girl. Like it's like
Tiny.
anyone could just kind of run up, throw you over their shoulder,
That's
and just
what I
sprint
would
into the
think.
darkness.
My
Oh,
trainer
God.
always tells me, like, make sure you walk to your car, like, where you always have your eyes everywhere you're going. Like, never turn your back to anybody. Like, have your keys between your knuckles, have this, have your puppies on the porch is what he calls it. And, like,
Have
you
your
gotta
puppies
have
on the porch.
your puppies are your
What the
fists,
hell?
and
Who's
they've gotta
scared
be
of puppies?
up by your chin.
Here's my thing. Pretty much
Puppies
like
on the porch. Sound like you're talking about
obviously,
tits.
obviously you're very aware, right? So you're already scoping out the situation as you're going out there.
Yeah.
So you pretty much size up every option. No matter where the fuck you go,
Yes.
you go, okay, you see, and you size up everybody, and you see what opportunity, where's this, where's that. But you do this shit all subconsciously, or maybe, you are thinking about it when it's late at night and you're walking out there. But, like, shit like that, like, you can kind of predict what's going to happen, so you can figure out, like, what you would do in that situation, and you get
True.
better and better and better at it, which is great because you'll
True.
be prepared if anything were to happen. Now, I will say, like, crime and all that stuff, like, rape is even down. Everything is completely down.
Yeah, but
from
here's the
years
thing,
ago.
though. There's a reason that, like, the place that I work with all men. There's
Okay.
a reason that they pull my car up to the front door so that when I walk out the door, I'm walking 5 feet to my car, getting in my car, and driving home from work.
Won't you
Right.
work in
There's a-
fucking Trenton?
Yeah, what do
Yes,
you-
I also work in Trenton.
Okay.
But there's a reason, though, that, like, the one night that, like, that doesn't happen, I have to walk in the back of my parking lot. Like, there's a reason, though, that there's somebody walks with me. Somebody does all those things. Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like, I'm a female. Like, those things, like, it's always somebody that you know that those things can happen
Right,
to.
right. That's the thing too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're very aware of what's going on, so I feel like you would kind of already like have an idea. Like, all right, this guy might, even if it like the chances are very slim,
Yeah.
you would still have that in the back of your head and be aware of what he's doing. So
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, if anything, you should feel more positive because I feel like, all right, you got your shit covered.
Well, the scariest part about it is that the second that you don't think about, like I go out with, like, bank reps, and I'll go out with, like, different people from my work that, necessarily I may have only met, like, 3 or 4 times. So it's very rare that I won't go out with them with another female. I'll only go out, like, I'll never go out with all men. I'll make sure there's another female there or another somebody that I feel actually comfortable with that I can actually talk to. Because I think, like, that's the scariest part is that I'll go out with 3 guys that I don't even know that are twice my age, and I'll just be like, what the fuck? Like, that's the thing that you guys never even think about. Like,
No.
that's scary for a woman.
Now, see, you want to know what I think about, though? If I was a girl and I was in, like, say, a group of 3 or more women, you never want to be the most attractive, and you never want to be the ugliest.
Yeah.
You want to float right in the middle.
Yep.
You want to be
Yeah.
seen and then forgotten.
How funny is this, though? Girls get real bitchy about that stuff. I'm a pretty down to earth chick. Like, I will say, like, I don't care. Like, I think, like, it's all about personality, that kind of thing. But I was walking through my work the other day.
That's why we had you on the show, because
And
you're
there
not
was-
like...
But there was a chick in my waiting room that was fucking gorgeous. Had this long blonde hair. Like, she was like 17 years old, 19 years old. Like, you could tell she was like a freshman in college. And, like, I walked through my show and I was like, what the fuck is this bitch doing here? I was, like, so pissed. I was like, oh,
Hey!
I don't want another pretty girl here.
You attractive bitch!
Yeah, basically.
This is my territory, motherfucker! Yeah, but it's funny, though, because honestly, like, that's how it is with dudes, too. Like, when you're at a party, and, like, the dudes are chilling, and then, like, a girl walks in, and everyone's like...
Right? Like fucking
You
dogs.
got the
Yeah.
man
Sniff
grunt
it
going
around.
on.
Everybody's brain shuts off for a brief second, and you kind of look at each other like,
At the end of the day,
Who's
it's all
going to be the
animalistic,
first?
Yeah.
This is what I was saying about the amount of conversations you have with your eyeballs. It's like you could really check somebody with your eyeballs like that fast. Like, it's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you see like and then someone, it's like, all right.
Your
Like-
first impression with a person is only 5 seconds.
that quick head spin, laser beam eyes.
That's why,
Yeah.
like, appearance, the way that you dress, the way that you hold yourself, that's so important. Because at the end of the day, if I look at you, I'm going to judge you within the first 5 seconds of meeting you.
Immediately. And
it doesn't matter if you say a word, if you do anything, it's going to stick with me.
And if you thought like I was a piece of shit and I'm like, oh yeah, I brought you cake and I brought you this car, you'd be like, that guy's a piece of shit.
But
like, I know he's a piece of shit.
Fuck him.
I don't know what it is, man.
Who
He's
the fuck you
smiling
think
at me,
he
but
is
he's a
bringing
piece of
me some
shit.
cake?
Now, see, I do what I call 2 levels of judgment. I make my initial judgment based off of someone's appearance, which I'm sure everyone does to some extent. You know what I mean?
Everybody does that.
That's
like
not
if
an
you
option.
you see a guy in the convenience store buying a pack of smokes and he's wearing cut off jeans and a fucked up torn t-shirt.
You're
He's got
automatically thinking
grease
that
smeared
dude
on his
doesn't
face.
shower.
Yeah, you're like, look at this fucking grindball piece of shit, whatever.
This dirty motherfucker.
And then, like, you hear him, and he's very well spoken. He's like, oh, thank you very much, sir. I'll see you tomorrow. And then he walks outside and gets in an S-Class Mercedes and shit, and he's got a badass wife. And you're like, oh, damn, it must have just been an off day or
It was yard
laundry
work
day.
You know what's
Yeah,
funny?
yard work
Like,
day.
this rich guy just mowed his lawn.
Bringing that up, I was doing yard work, right? And I was like, damn, I got to run out to Rite Aid and all that. And so the first thing I thought of was, like, I'm dirty, I'm kind of sweaty. I was like, I know. Let me put on safety glasses because that will signal that I've been doing work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I do shit like that.
I
all
swear
the
to
time.
God,
That's
like, yo,
brilliant.
That's why I was like, yo, I'll look like
Like,
I've been working.
There's
Now
a
I know.
reason, though, that, like, girls get dressed up to go to the mall.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, like, if
It's
you go
so-
to the mall and
that's
you
your
go
signal.
to, like, Saks Fifth Avenue and you go to, like, the top floor, if you go to Nordstrom's, you go to the top floor, like, that's the shit that's, like, the blouses start at $1,000. Like, so you're going up there and you're like, I want to look the part. You want a receptionist to come up to you and be like, oh, hi, how are you doing today?
Right.
Like, you're not going to get that if you are in sweatpants and
But
a
see,
t-shirt.
as a guy, I like doing the opposite.
Yep.
Like, I know a guy that lives up in the Poconos. I met him through JR, but this guy, he's fucking loaded. He's stinking ass rich, but he's like a hillbilly. Like, he doesn't own a suit. He ain't gonna comb his hair. Like, if you saw him out in the wild, you'd be like, oh, this guy sleeps on dirt at night. Like, he doesn't own a bed. And he's just stinking ass rich. Well, he went to the car dealership one time to buy a car. It was like a Camaro or something. And he just walks in, and he's carrying a like a backpack or whatever. And he just tells the guy, like, yeah, I want the Camaro. I think it was like the ZL1 or something, like the new one. It's like supercharged, fucking expensive, like 60, 70 grand, something like that. Mm-hmm. And he tells the salesman, like, yeah, you have any of them on the lot? And the guy's like, well, yeah, but what do you want? Like, what do you want it for? Like, pretty much, you know, writing the guy off. Like,
trying to downplay him like he don't got money.
That's
yeah,
the
like
guy's
you,
commission. Like,
pretty
he has
much
a
like
right
you,
to size them out.
you look like a scumbag. Why am I going to show you this expensive car? And the
waste
guy's just
my
like,
time.
well, I want to drive it because I'm thinking about buying one. And the salesman is pretty much like, well, he came up with a bunch of excuses. Well, we have to do this and that to get you a test drive. It's not as simple as just getting in the car and going, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Gave the guy the runaround, and pretty much the dude was just like, look, like, I was going to buy the car cash. And he opens a backpack and, like, stacks of 10 G's.
I would
like,
have done that same
like,
shit.
had the cash on deck. And then the salesman instantly, like, oh, well, we have it in 3 different colors. I'll give you a test drive right now. And the guy just was like, no. Like, be quiet. Go to the corner. Get your manager. So the manager comes out, and the guy was just like, yeah, who's your closest competitor? Like, where's the next closest Chevy dealer?
Oh, shit.
I'm going to go buy one from them. Straight up motherfucking cash. For, like, the sticker price, too. He's like, I ain't going to haggle.
But I'm sure
like, I'm not here to haggle. I got the money. I'm going to pay cash.
Good for him.
I'm sure when he got to the other dealership, they gave him the same runaround, the same problem.
Nope. He was in and out. 30 minutes. He walked in.
He probably was about business when he walked in
He
that
caught
one.
somebody on a good day.
He probably went into that one and was like, look, I have cash. I want to pay for this car. Here's my cash.
But see,
know what I mean?
look, I know what you're saying. Like, car salesmen, they have to sort of judge people, but they really don't. Because, like, I went to FC Kerbeck in some shitty jeans and a t-shirt and walked in, and I'm looking at Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Aston Martins. They don't know who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
In
It's
today's
true,
world,
it's
anyone
true.
can be rich. You know, there's tons of, like, teenage rich fucking internet millionaires. So I'm just wandering around looking at cars. And sure enough, dude walks up in like a fucking 15-piece mega suit and shit, like super dapper.
This is my Wednesday Armani.
Like, yeah, like super fucking dapper. He walks up and he's like, hello, sir, how may I help you? And he shook my hand and everything. And I just kind of played it off a little bit. I'm like, oh, you know, I was kind of looking at the Gallardos, but but I'm more interested in the Murcielago. You know, I'd really like the V12 instead of the 10, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, you know, we got him in this and that. And he's showing me all the cars and everything. And he's like trying to sell me a Lambo. And after a few minutes, I was just like, yo, man, like, I'm not going to waste your time. Like, I got no money. Like, I'm just here to gawk at supercars.
You know the part
and he
that's
just
so
looks at me and he was like,
frustrating?
that's fine. He's like, we get that all the time, but you never know when you're going to sell a car. So he was super nice.
Gotta take that chance.
He was super nice, and then he showed me the upstairs that they don't let customers up to unless it's like a famous person. He was like, yo, come check this out. And he showed me like Kerbeck's like original Corvette and all this stuff. I was like, that's fucking awesome. So now I had that experience. If I ever have money, I'm gonna go back there and look for that salesman and be like, you get my sale.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm buying a Ferrari, like, you get the commission 100% because you're the
The
nicest
craziest
guy.
part about that is that salespeople, especially car salesmen, they stand outside, and I've done it. I've sold cars for 4 or 5 months before.
Yeah.
You stand out there for 12 hours a day, and I've literally I've stood to the point, and the point is where you're up and you're waiting for somebody to walk through the door. I've stood there for 8 hours one time.
Really?
And not one fucking person walked through the door. The second they walked through the door, I'm just fucking looking, and they look at you like you're a piece of shit, and you just look at them like, I don't care that you're not buying a car. Just talk to me. Just do this, do that. Like,
salespeople do got a bad
give me
name.
an hour.
I need friendship more than commission at this point.
And then then you go in the back of the line. There's 8 other people trying to make their living, trying to make their commission.
Yeah.
And then you get back in the line, and then you've got somebody that goes, okay, well, let's look at this. Okay, well, let me take you to my other dealership because we have this car. I literally took somebody in the snow. And I spent 4 hours with them. I took them in the snow into 2 other cars. I showed them everything. They finally, they sat down. They bought a car. We went through all the paperwork. They came back the next day and were like, we don't like it. We're not going to buy it. And I'm like, but you can't do that. And they bitched so much to the point where we had to let them like out of the car.
Yeah.
Because there's a buyer's remorse law.
No, there's not.
There's not? That's fake?
That is a lie. That is such a fucking lie.
Oh, shit.
Here's the thing about buyer's remorse.
Damn.
Buyer's remorse. And that's due to soliciting.
Okay.
You have a 24-hour period with soliciting. So if I came to your house and I sold you a vacuum and I told you, like, oh, this is the best vacuum in the world and da-da-da, and you got caught up in the act.
Right.
You were solicited and da-da-da. When you walk into my fucking dealership and you say you want to buy a car, you intentionally do it. When you sign a law contract, you sign a no cooling off period, which says that you are signing a law contract. There is no cooling off period. There's no 24-hour remission. There's no 72-hour.
Okay.
You're signing a law contract.
So
when a dealership 3 days later, like, that's because they don't want to deal with your shit. That's the whole reason that they back out of it or they do this or that. But the second you sign that contract, we have every right to send that to a bank and cash it.
Yeah.
Every right. There is no soliciting to buying a contract. It's the same thing as buying a house. If you walk to up to somebody in a mortgage and you buy a house and do that, you can't just back the fuck out.
Yeah, if you sign all the paperwork next week, you can't be like, I really don't like the place.
That's a weird misconception.
Same thing with the car. That's a huge misconception. Every single time I'm signing contracts, I get that.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I'm just like, no, you can't just back out. And I make it very, very clear to every single one of my customers. I say, no, that's if you're buying a vacuum. You're buying a $25,000 car. It's not Walmart.
Yeah.
When I worked
You're signing a no cooling off period.
Like
do you want this car or not?
Yeah, like the car is supposed to be like your second biggest investment, pretty much.
It's
It's
so
like house,
horrible.
car, everything else.
Yeah, it's so horrible, but you have to get rude with customers these days because
That's
customers
the
are
thing.
more ruthless than salespeople these days.
Everyone thinks that they're fucking owed something, which is what pisses me off.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they come in, they're like, oh, you should fucking be happy I'm here. Like, where's the fucking, fanfare and shit? Like, get out of here. Like, be back to reality real quick. Because I heard the same shit when I was working at that one on Route 130 here. I'm just not going to say names just in case.
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't exist anymore.
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah. That shit went out of business because they were giving people like 53% fucking interest on their loans and shit.
What's dealership?
It doesn't matter. It's Brandau. Yeah, they're not around anymore.
Yeah, no,
they're still around?
I think they are.
Where the fuck are they at?
Who the fuck
I'm trying to go back. It's like, nah.
Yeah, what the fuck? You got that flash on your phone and shit?
No,
Jesus
but
Christ.
that was the same thing. Like, that's where I learned that was there. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I had no idea that was a real thing. But I took advantage of that place. I showed up here, picked him up in the fucking Corvette.
But look,
driving around and shit. That shit was fun.
The thing, though, is that car salesmen, like I said, the times have evolved. Car salesman, that used to be the definition of a pushy fucking salesman.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, the car salesman was the person that was going to fucking harass you from the second you showed up on the lot. They were just going to wreck your shit and try to sell you anything they could.
Yeah.
But times have changed. They finally it gets to a point where that's not going to work anymore. People aren't about that shit. So it flipped, like the script flipped 100%. It's the opposite now. Now the power is in the hand of the customers. The customers come up and they're like, I want this car. This is what I'm paying for it. Yes or no. And like they don't want to hear the runaround. As soon as you start to stammer, stutter, bye. I'm on to the next one.
It's special financing,
and that's the thing too. There's a million different dealers now. So like honestly,
what do you think your problem is with special financing?
No, but they're the ones, they can't pick the car they want. They have to be put in a car, and it's like, yeah, this is your option. So you fucking take it or not. And they're like, blah 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 blah.
That's when they're approved for a loan before a car is
chosen.
Why
do you think though that they have to be put in that car?
Because the banks have to be guaranteed. Like, look. This is it. This is all we're going to do. This is our limit. We're not going to go any further.
And you know why, though? The banks do that.
Exactly. Because every car has a value, and every car has a book value.
That's it.
So when a car...
And certain cars lose value faster than others. So the bank want to put you in a car that holds its value best.
Absolutely.
So if you stop paying the loan...
or a fucking...
Yeah, so if you stop paying your loan, they can take your car and sell it for more than what you owe on it.
Right.
And that's the principle. It's all about money.
No, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying, like, that's, like, the problem, though. Is when it comes to, like, conflict and you're like, oh, no, but, you know,
But here's the greatest part is that any time... And, like, I work in Trenton, so we've got a lot of Special Fi. And I specialize in Special Fi, and my dealership specializes in Special Fi. So what happens is when you have somebody who comes into a dealership and, you know, they're a 550 score, 600 score, and they, you know, they're like, look, half of them, more than half of them, I wouldn't want to say 3/4 of them, are grateful that you're putting them in a car and that you're saying, look, well, all we need is $1,500 down, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do this, and this is what it's going to be, and you give them a map plan, and at the end of the Candyland, they have a car.
Yeah.
But it's those 800, 820 scores that give you the fucking runaround. Like, I'm sorry, if
You're
I'm going to
fucking
sell...
right.
If I'm going to sell a car to my family member, I don't mind losing $500. It's when I'm selling a car to a fucking dickhead that makes $7,500 or $75,000 a month, and I'm losing $500 selling you that car, that I get pissed.
That's when you were like,
yo,
you want that DVD player in there for $10 a month extra, right?
But guess what, though? The guy that has all that money, why do you think he's got it? It's because he's a shrewd fucking businessman, and he ain't taking your shit.
But when my
He showed up and said, this is what I'm spending. Do you want my money or do you not?
Sales versus sales.
Take it or leave it, bitch.
Yeah.
Tell me. Oh, I used to be a salesman. Tell me they're not the fucking worst people to deal with because they think they know all your holes. They're like, oh, no, I know all this shit.
I agree. When you have
skip all the bullshit and get right down to it.
The worst is like...
That's what I would say.
Like a couple weeks ago, I had a lawyer, a guy that was studying to be a lawyer.
Oh, God.
And he comes in, into my box, and what it's called is like when you're in the finance department, it's called the box.
He comes into your box.
Yeah. It's called the box, you know, and he's sitting in the finance department.
Phrasing, Caitlin, phrasing.
Sorry. And he's sitting in there, and like he doesn't let me until like halfway through. So I'm already pitching my stuff, you know, like trying to upsell him, trying to do all that stuff. And,
yeah.
And the greatest feeling for a finance manager is like when you've got when he's got that person that's like, you know, pigeonholing you and being like, no, I know this and I know this and I know that. And you just go, okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I understand. Okay. But you know, this program would be really great for you and you should understand this. And when they don't expect it and you fucking make $4,000 off of them, that is the most amazing feeling ever.
Yeah, it's gotta be a great feeling. No, it's funny though. You're talking about like the high credit score people. Like that's me. Like my credit score is almost perfect.
Yeah.
So like the last time I went and applied for a loan, like they're looking at my income and everything, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get approved for this shit."
Banks put a cap on that shit.
And then they sent it to the bank, and they were like, "Hell yeah, approved as fuck. We want this guy's money."
Depending on the loan, I can only make maybe two. Actually, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want people to know.
That's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not trying to reveal your most intimate financial details.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, like, I can only make so much money off of somebody that has really good credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And because they're getting a lower interest rate,
But at the end of the day, if you have fucking a 500, 550 score, I'm sorry, you should be paying to make your credit better because I shouldn't be paying for you to live. I shouldn't be paying for you to fucking do your shit that you're not doing.
Real talk. Times are tight.
I mean,
Credit struggles are real.
To be honest, I mean, credit standards are still based off of hundreds of years ago. Maybe, what, 200 years ago?
The craziest part about it is that credit scores are built off zip codes. They're built off of fucking...
And,
so I don't even know.
old fucking standards.
There could be
Let's be real.
No, but there can be two people.
What you mean, like the rest of the country?
No, like 100 years ago standards. Like there's
no.
no internet, there's no car here yet anyway, and we're still doing the same credit shit.
Yeah,
Not
like
really,
every
'cause
law in the country.
HSBC
auto
is selling
loans, mortgage loans. They all have different bureaus that they pull, and there's different like programs that like there's like the 400s, there's the 800s, there's all different bureaus that you pull from. But there can be somebody from Princeton that has the exact same credit profile as somebody from, let's say, Ewing, New Jersey. And the Ewing, New Jersey could be a 450 and the Princeton could be a 750. But they have the exact same student loan. And to be honest, I don't understand how no one's getting sued for credit profiling for zip codes.
That's my problem, is that there's so many issues with credit and how you fucking just what you get penalized for. Like, okay, I bought this at Best Buy for $250, and then I paid $250 on my credit card statement. Guess what I just got? Worst credit score.
Yeah.
Well, a lot
Why?
of it, it's your credit age, it's your credit, like, if you have a credit card open, you want to make sure you have a good credit age. So you never want to close your first credit card, because you want to have a good age. You want it to be able to build. And you never want to pay it off too quickly, because you also want to be able to have it build and show that you're paying your fucking bills.
Outstanding debt is good for your credit score.
Yes.
There's
your
good
DTI
debt and there's
is
bad
very,
debt.
very important.
Like, it's all completely based off of your income and everything also. You know what I mean? It's like, if you owe 50 grand and you only make 5 grand a year, your credit score is going to be shitty.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this fucking asshole just ran up a bunch of money he's not going to pay back.
To be honest, like, I looked
But
at
if you owe 150 grand and you make 100 a year, your credit score is probably going to be spectacular.
And it's based off your zip code. To be honest, I had an 894
Which actually, that's news to me.
score the other
Yeah,
day.
I'm
900 is the
learning a lot
high
right
for
now.
auto loans. 900, and I had an 894 score the other day, the highest I've ever seen in my entire career. And I'm telling you, her profile looked no different than anybody else's credit score profile.
That's crazy. Like,
and no, like from a 750 to an 894, no different. But I guarantee you, it was the zip codes, it was the other problems, it was this. And to be honest, I cannot imagine how no one's been sued over that.
Yeah.
No one.
Well, I don't know, because I mean, you got like HSBC and all that, you know, that they're involved with like cartels and shit like that. Like, it's a fucked up scenario.
Yeah.
Like, it's
There's
crazy.
a lot of banks being sued right now too for different reasons,
And-
for other,
The worst part
Scumbags.
about this is, like, you know, like all the, even with Wall Street and the financial crisis, they're still fighting for deregulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You need to be. I need to hold your hand right now, because I don't even know if you could pick out the blue crayon.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here right now.
Yeah.
No, but it's
you're right, though.
It's a shame.
That's the thing. The companies are fighting for deregulation because
You're-
they're like, I want more money.
You're too big that we can't deal without you, but you're still trying to fuck me.
Oh, what a crock of shit
So
that
I'm
is,
not
too.
happy.
Too big
Like, you know
to
what I mean?
fail. I hate that. Too
Yeah,
big to
you're
fail.
too big to fail,
I
but
wish
I'm-
the country would just suck it the fuck up and let something die and just deal
all right,
with the wake.
During all that shit, there was one guy who was arrested because he said to himself, right, I look Middle Eastern, so fuck. I'm screwed. So he thought everyone else was on the same boat. Like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll just say I'm guilty. He was the only one to say he was guilty. He's the only one who is still in fucking jail.
That's
Out of
crazy.
all the bankers, he's the one that's still in jail right now.
That's just crazy.
Just because he thought he looked Middle Eastern and he would be fucked. Not because he told them, like, look, he was just like, look, I'm just going to say yes, deal with it. Everyone else is going to say yes and deal with it, blah, blah, blah. No, you're the only one, bro.
Yeah.
And he's still in fucking jail. Everyone else is chilling.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Fucking
I'm not talking about Madoff, by the way. That was
Oh, yeah, good
post Madoff.
Good old Bernie.
Yeah, so
Good old Bernie.
I'm going to get mad and start burning things and watch Fight Club tonight. Let's not talk about this.
All right.
Let's start from zero.
Yeah, honestly, it's like
We are.
I can't even talk about politics because that shit just gets me mad.
Yeah.
But see, that's the
Just thinking
thing.
about how fucked
All right,
everything
hold on, real
is.
quick. I want to throw this out there too, because I hate when
Yeah.
people say we can't talk about politics. Like, all right, I get you're at a party, I'm not going to argue with you about politics. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I get it, but we should still have an open forum and an open discussion about it. Like, things need to be addressed.
You should have an open forum and an open discussion with other people that want to talk about politics. Is what it is.
Yeah,
But
and that's the problem. Finding other people that are okay with talking about that shit.
It's just common courtesy with the public, because some people don't like confrontation, and politics is
it's a touchy subject for a lot of people.
Because, like, if you believe in something, I can't change your mind. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You believe in it, boom,
But that's
done.
the problem. Most people will try to change someone's mind because they're just fucking stubborn or whatever.
That's what politics is. It's changing other people's minds to believe what you believe in.
So that's just funny, though. Like, I've been at parties before. I'll just be, you know, chilling in a corner, whatever, having a beer. Like, you're not talking to anybody at that particular second. And somebody will come up to you and start trying to talk politics, and I'll just fucking stare at them until they walk away.
Look, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I'll give them the most weird eye.
I'm not the guy.
I'm not interested in this conversation at all.
I'm not the guy who's gonna walk up and want to
away.
talk to you about politics. But I'll tell you right now, if you bring it up, I'm in there. Like, I'm all about it. Like, it's fun.
Yeah, see,
I
like,
love flexing my muscles. I'm not gonna lie. My brain muscles
to you,
are like,
it's fun. To a lot of people, they can get very angry over that shit.
Yeah,
But see, I don't take it personal.
my brain
That's
muscles.
what I'm saying. But other people definitely do.
Yeah.
My brain muscles
Yes.
be flexing on many other things. I don't like. I'm not nearly as well informed as I should be about politics. But you know why? It's because I don't fucking care.
I don't care
like
either.
it.
But
You want to talk about cars?
Like,
You want to
that's the
talk
thing.
about cars? I'll blow your fucking mind.
Yeah,
Like,
let's talk
that's
about
where my
cars and what
mind muscles
regulations
went.
are and what they're not. Let's talk about them in
right,
political
Politics and political form.
Yeah,
I can't
Well,
get
you want
you
to talk
on
about
horsepower.
seatbelt laws and shit
No,
like that?
But I'm just saying, like, because I saw somebody said, like, someone posted something political
Like
on
June
Facebook,
10th,
and someone said,
1965.
"Oh my God,
Seatbelts.
another political post on Facebook," and it's like, well, no, this is a fucking forum. Like, I can post whatever the fuck I want. If you're gonna post your cheesesteak, I can't talk about Eric Cantor losing to a dude named Brat. You fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, all
You
right,
just lost the crowd, bro.
all right.
we all just looked around like, yeah, go political references.
All right.
Awesome.
So
I'm terrible at talking about politics.
Me too.
Wolf-pack.com.
It's because,
Shout out to
like
Jake
Ross
Cooper.
says, I just don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Honestly, like, I know that's such... Outside of the country, they look at me like typical American, doesn't care, and he's
Yeah, you
uninformed
should
about
care,
shit. And you know why?
But yeah, you should care.
You
That's
say
the
I
thing.
should care, but guess what?
It affects
I
you.
fucking don't.
It affects you.
I fucking don't care.
It affects you.
Yeah, but
I don't
guess
want-
what?
It does.
But what can you do about it?
See, you're talking about
Talk
effect.
about it.
Yeah,
You make a
yeah,
president.
that's gonna fucking relieve.
Yes,
all.
it does. Net neutrality. Talk about it. Everybody fucking talked about it. And guess what's not happening right now? They are not
Anything.
opposing net
Here's the
neutrality.
thing that they say is like you talk about politics, then the word gets out, and then everybody else talks about politics.
Exactly. I hate
And then
that
the
shit.
fact that the change actually will happen
I'm rolling
because
my eyes
everyone's
right now.
talking about what should happen.
And like
And I
Katie
get
said,
it,
people
but
get
I
too
don't give
serious.
a fuck. I don't
Yeah,
care. I
that's
don't
the
want to talk
thing.
about it.
Yeah, like I don't talk about that
It's
shit.
uncomfortable.
But yeah, you're talking about like the shit affects you. Like you own a fucking car. You can't tell me how that shit works.
What?
Like I live.
Where'd this go? I
That
don't
shit
understand this
affects you.
conversation.
I
shit
live
went
in
left.
I live in the country and my life is determined by politics, but I don't know how
Okay.
it works and I don't give
Okay.
a fuck. You hop in your car every day to go to work and you don't have a damn clue how it works.
But you know what?
Same shit.
I care how it works.
I
if you
wake
say
up in this
something to me
country-
and go, I'm going to guess what? Instead of fucking running off of gasoline, I'm making you run off of fucking wood chips. I'd be like, shit, do I have to chip the wood myself? And you'd be like, yeah, you got to chip it
I'll
yourself.
do
I'd be
it.
like, fuck that. Can someone chip it for me? And I'll pay for it? Tax too?
That's
and you're
what
like,
you're
yeah. I'll
concerned
be like,
about labor.
all right, we'll switch to wood chips. That's how politics works. Look
That,
at-
he
come
is
on.
making a very good point there.
No, I understand, but like I said, I don't care because politicians are dirty fucking scumbags. They're all lying sacks of shit. They're all
Nobody-
Exactly.
I'm not arguing that.
Exactly.
They're all-
Here's
But
the
that's
biggest
why they
thing,
need to
though,
get the
Ross.
fuck out.
Ross,
That's the problem.
See, like right now, everybody's talking over each other because politics are.
I'm
involved.
hyped. I'm
Yeah.
hyped. Let's go.
I didn't even finish my fucking statement.
Ding, ding,
no,
ding.
you did though, because like,
I was agreeing with you though.
Like no, I didn't.
No, you did though.
no, Ross, listen,
Like
listen.
no, I didn't.
Nobody
But, okay.
cares about it until it affects them.
Exactly.
Yeah, but guess what? When it even does affect me, even
Yep.
It's
slightly,
affecting you right
Still don't
now. It's
care.
affecting you every second of
Nothing
the
I
day.
can do about
It
it.
really
Why
is.
talk
No,
about
it's
it?
affecting me every second of the day, but I'm just too fucking dumb to understand it.
see, it's not that I'm too dumb. I just don't
get
give
it.
a fuck.
I don't
I don't
understand
care.
it. I honestly, you have to sit there with a textbook and make me understand.
Here's-
I don't fucking
Like,
get
I'm
it. I'm
about-
a dumb
I'm about to
blonde.
get-
I don't understand it. I don't everything.
Yeah.
Like I know I don't get it.
Like I'm about
So
to
I'm
get
just gonna
fined
laugh
by
and
my own
pretend I understand
government
it.
because I don't have health insurance.
The problem is it's
retarded.
It's the wording, right?
And why talk about it if you can't do anything about
Yeah,
it?
like if they want me to care, they should stop
That's
fucking
why
the planet.
that
All
they're
right,
so pushing to get people to understand politics at a young age because we don't understand it as a young age.
All right, so-
and I don't understand it, but I understand it enough to be passionate about
Because
it.
we don't have enough money to understand politics.
Let-
The only way to
Exactly.
understand
I don't get it.
politics
Exactly.
is to control
Boom.
it.
No,
Boom.
I have enough
Boom.
money to
Seriously.
understand that I should be a
Mind blown.
Republican. That's how much money I understand.
All right,
I
ready?
understand that I need to be a Republican because if I'm
Because
not,
you
they're
make
gonna
enough-
fucking take my money. That's all I know. The last 2 years, my money's been fucking cut in half because of people that. Like, to be granted, I don't want to sound rude, but I work every day with people on Social Security, with people on, you know, every other fucking way of getting income that don't fucking work.
Right.
And my money is cut in half. When I work 65 hours a week and my money's cut in half from people that don't fucking work and don't even care about working.
All right, now.
All right, where are we going?
Oh
with
no,
this?
real quick. No. All right. No, seriously.
One
no.
last topic. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
All right,
Comment.
One final thing.
One final
We'll say it like
comment.
that. One final thing.
Final thoughts.
What
with
you're
Has
saying?
Heat.
What you're saying
like
is
it.
exactly right. Okay, so money is the big thing. You
Money's
can't
always
understand
the
it
big
because
thing.
of the words that they use, which is a bunch of fucking loops. They
Legalese.
use fucking Fruit Loops in their fucking
Legalese.
speeches. Now, this is the problem: is money. Money in politics needs to fucking come out. That's
Yeah.
why there's all these PACs that are trying to fight against money in politics. I can
Yep.
no longer donate to you $2 million. Now I can only donate to you $5,000. Just so you can go ahead and I say, listen, you little motherfucker, I'm going to give you $2 million. You're going to go talk to this motherfucker over here.
Yeah.
And you're going to
And
get
you're
this
gonna
shit
hook me up.
deregulated.
Yeah.
I don't need any more regulations than this. So guess what? Now you're going to pay that guy this fucking money, and that's all it is who's in my pocket that's in their pocket. And it's a
exactly
bunch
it.
of people basically doing the elephant walk, like they're just doing a frat house thing, holding this guy's dick, and that guy's holding this guy's dick, and they're fucking walking each other around the fucking park.
See, that's why
politics.
I don't talk about it.
That's politics.
I won't hold nobody's
I don't want to
dick.
hold nobody's dick.
listen.
I'll never talk about it.
Motherfucker, I'm standing up right now, all right? That's how passionate I am. No, but seriously.
Like, for example, like, I've had somebody, like, I've been at work, and, you know, like, we deal with a lot of people on Social Security, and, like, it's one thing if someone has a disability, and, you know, they're taking care of their child, and that the child can't work, and, you know,
Right.
that's why they're getting their disability money. Like, I understand that. But I've had somebody that, for lack of a better word, had no problems with them. Had nothing. And she only made a certain dollar amount a month, but she knew how to work the system. And we said to her, you know, you have really fucking shitty credit. She was like a 425 score. To the
Yeah.
point where you can't get a fucking loan if
Yeah,
you
you're not
wanted
going
to.
to get a loan for bubblegum.
We were like, all right, you need to get a credit score. You know, you need to get a loan. You're going to need $12,500 down. We just fucking made up a fucking number. This bitch went to fucking Social Security, walked up and said, I need $12,500 to get myself a car. They gave her $12,500 to get herself a car.
Wow.
She walked back into my dealership with a check, which I'm saying I've had people that have been in the business for 40 plus years have never seen this shit. And she walked in with a check for $12,500 from Social Security's as a down payment
yeah,
That's
that's
on a
crazy.
car.
That shouldn't even
And
be
she
legal.
financed a car that was $22,000.
How is that even legal?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a fucking car that was for $22,000, and her credit score was still like I'm sorry, her APR was still 22%.
Yeah,
So her
that's
payment was
reckless.
still like $500 a month
That's fucking reckless.
because she was only financing half of it. And at the end of the day, I just looked at her and I was like, I'm gonna sign this paperwork because it's gonna get me a warranty point. But what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
See,
I don't
there you
even
go, though.
understand
You
it.
sign the paperwork because it helps you out in some type
At the
of
end
way.
of the day, it's my job. I have to sign the paperwork. I couldn't sign the paperwork if I didn't want to. It's
See-
a unit. It's warranty exposure. It's money for the business. I can't not sign it. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm rattling my brain like, how the fuck is our government allowing somebody with a 450 credit score that obviously doesn't pay any of their other fucking bills?
Yeah.
How are they allowing them to pull $12,500 of, I'm sorry, Social Security money is my money. My money that comes out
Well,
of my my fucking
a lot of people's
paycheck
money.
It's everyone's
and everyone
money.
else's fucking paycheck
It's
goes into the
everyone's
fucking
money.
pool. How
Yep.
are you allowing them
like a
to
penny
pull this
worth of
money
yours.
and grab it? I'm sorry, a penny adds up
I'd
after
ask
every
for
other
it back.
day. I'm
Fractions
sorry,
of
but
a penny add up. Every
I'd ask
day,
for that
you know what
penny
I mean?
back.
my
like Office
paycheck
Space
when
and
it gets I'm sorry, my paycheck gets cut into like a fourth or a third of what I actually, or a fourth or a fifth of whatever I make. I don't even understand it.
God
to be
forbid you have
honest.
health insurance and all that. You know?
Exactly.
right?
I'm sorry, but my paycheck, like what I should make and what I actually make, gets cut by like $20,000 at the end of the year because I'm paying for people that just want to go to Social Security and be like, "I'm sorry, can I have $19,000?"
Yeah.
It's not right.
I don't know. That's just that's a whole nother fucking thing.
And
We
again,
go on
nobody
forever.
wants to talk about it because it's uncomfortable.
This
but
is
at the
why I
end of the
hate
day,
politics.
that's
Yeah.
why half the people
There's
in this
never
world
an
are
end result.
Republicans because they
That
don't want to talk
discussion.
about
There's
it.
never an
High
end
five.
result in the discussion.
High five,
I'm all
Nick.
sweaty
All
over
right.
here.
That's my thing with politics is that no matter how much you discuss it and talk about it, there is no one resolution to fix the problems. It's a giant cesspool of bullshit.
Yep.
It's become
will say,
so
though,
fucking
it's-
corrupt.
I will say though, I agree with everything that you two are saying, but the more money that you make, the more you will become a Republican.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do
Wait,
about that.
what?
I mean,
that.
that's,
Because being a Republican works out for you in that
Yeah.
Because a Republican is all about being your, like, taking care of your own stuff. I'm sorry, when you
because
work
Republicans
your
are corporate
fucking-
life.
No, because at the end of the day, when you work yourself 70 hours a week, and I'm sorry, I work myself 65 hours a week every week. When I work myself that many hours a week, at the end of the month, I
Don't
want
you
my
get
paycheck
sore?
to actually reflect it. And when it doesn't reflect it, and I've got like $1,000 pulled out of my paycheck because I can't fucking understand that it's pulled out of my paycheck for something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
It's the most frustrating thing in the entire world.
and then something happens to you and you don't get approved.
Exactly. and I have Aflac.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm
pretty much
fucking
it.
I've been there,
fucked
yeah.
when I'm out of work.
Shit's
And I've got
fucked up.
fucking people on Social Security buying fucking cars. It's the most
Yeah.
frustrating thing in the entire world. When you sit there and you actually work your ass off every single day of the week. You work 6 days a week because you don't take your fucking day off. I didn't take a day off the entire month last month. That's the most fucking frustrating thing.
Yeah.
Got a hard working
Well, I
woman in
mean,
the building.
Let me just end on this note.
Yeah.
Talking about that shit. This country is so stubborn with everything.
Yeah.
Every law we have is based off of paperwork that's over 230 years old now.
Yep.
From people that didn't experience the same life that we did in any way whatsoever.
Yep.
And like we're just too stubborn for shit. Like, I mean, where I'm going with this sort of, it's like we have all these money issues. Like, there's definitely a serious problem with money
Because
coming
we pay people
into
not
the
to
country.
work. That's why
Yeah.
we have money issues.
We
pay
are
people
spending
to sit
more-
there and not work.
Yeah, we're spending more money than we make, but there's ways to make money that they're just too stubborn to do. Look at Colorado. All right. Marijuana's legalized. Very small thing. Very simple. Their crime rates went down significantly. Their money in has increased by over $100 million. Do you know what the tax rate is on marijuana out there? I believe it's 29% tax on marijuana. It is still cheaper with the 29% tax from the government. That is still cheaper than buying it from your local illegal drug dealer.
Yep.
Now,
Awesome.
that is by far the highest tax rate charged by the country on anything.
So you mean
29%.
When I
is
buy like $30
significant.
worth of weed, it already includes tax.
Yeah. Like if you go to the store and buy a $50 bag of weed, like 29% of that $50 is going to the state.
Love it.
And that's
love
a-
it.
And you know who's complaining about it?
It's for a good cause, man.
Wow.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Mind blown.
No.
No, I'm
not
talking about-
blown. I was going to say, who's not complaining?
Yeah.
Because I want to
I
know
know,
about
I was just
that.
going along with it.
No. I'm talking about who's complaining that the tax is that high on weed.
But the people
Oh.
that are complaining.
No one. Nobody is fucking complaining about a 29%
That's a-
tax. And you know why? It's because they want fucking weed. Now they can get it legally. The state's making money. The crime went down. Everything's golden.
It not
No.
even
But the
5
country is
Here's
too
the thing.
motherfucking stubborn to make a move in the right goddamn direction.
in the next
People-
5 years.
Portugal
it'll be-
legalized every drug. If you want to go buy fucking heroin at the convenience store, have fun.
crime rate went down.
Crime rate went significantly
People
down.
are complaining.
Drug abuse went significantly down. Their prison system is like 50% of what it was. That's it. The only reason people are complaining about weed being legalized is because, ew, it's not moral.
No.
Fuck
People
yourselves.
are complaining.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
People are complaining because the people that are already in jail for it, people that already have been fined for it, people that have already been in trouble for it.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to keep in
That's
mind,
true.
if you've been
Never
fined for
even thought about
marijuana,
that.
it's way more than 29%. So like the
absolutely.
back taxes, the back amount of people, like people
But
could
I'm not-
sue. If I'm
I'm
I
not talking
fucking
about that,
got
though.
arrested for marijuana and I was selling, gazillion ounces of this and it charged me, $52,000, I could sue the government for twice as much just because they legalized it a month later and it wasn't a problem. Why was it a problem now if it wasn't a problem later? That's the problem that they're having. They need to weed that out and get that so far along the line so that they can
Weed
They need
that
to
out.
weed that
Masturbate
out.
Yeah, but
They
see,
need to weed it
I
out,
know what you're
basically.
Got
saying.
it.
I know what you're saying, but that has nothing to do with what I was talking about. What you're saying, though, like, the way they handled that is grandfathered. Like,
Yeah, I guess I could.
if you're already in jail
Yeah.
for that shit and they legalize it, they're not letting you out. Like,
No,
motherfucker,
they need
you
to-
already fucked up.
Here's the thing. If I got arrested for 8 ounces of weed and I was in jail for 6 months and not even 2 weeks later they legalized it and I was still in fucking jail for another 6 months, I'd be pissed. I would be suing. I would be doing this.
Well,
because
yeah,
at the end
you'd
of
be
the day,
I
it's
pissed.
not
never even
legal at
thought
that
about
point.
it from that
You've got to
perspective.
just
Like,
let
that's
it
fucked
out at
up.
that point.
Of course you'd be pissed, but what are you
But
going to do
it is
about
what
it?
it is.
have
You
to
can't
just
do
let it out
anything
the door.
about it.
Like, it's not illegal at that point.
What are you
going
going to do about it from your jail cell? You know what I mean?
And let
Like-
that person out the door. So you got to think about all those people that are in jail because of these legal, or illegal weed charges because they were murderers and because of this. That was what they were using to keep them in jail. So at the end of the day, they're saying you know what, you're in jail because of the fact that you sold weed, but really it's because we suspect you of murdering these people. That's why they're not doing it. It's because at the end of the day, they're like, if we lift this weed ban, all those people that we think are murderers or we think that are these or we think are this, we have to let them out of jail. Because we have no clause.
Is that embargo, right? Embargo deal or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the thing. And actually Obama is the one who's really supporting that and getting people out now as it is. So imagine, yeah, exactly.
All
That's a
right.
very good
Imagine
point.
how many
All right,
people
that's
would
so
be on the
stupid, though.
streets. It's
Like,
not stupid.
what you just- no,
It's
listen,
fucking
listen.
Legal. That's
Just-
what's happening.
Just listen. What you just said is so stupid, though. Like, Obama is trying to help these people that are incarcerated because of
Yeah.
weed charges
Yeah.
are now legal.
That
But
is
no, listen.
fucking stupid.
But he's
No.
also the fucking one saying that federally marijuana is still illegal. So even if you are in Colorado smoking weed where it is legalized by the state, you
yeah.
could still be thrown in federal prison for drug charges. Even though it's legal in the state, it is still not
If
legal
you have
in the country
over a
in which that
certain
state.
amount.
No, as far as the country is concerned, the federal government, if you have the tiniest bit of weed, jail.
That's why it's being
It
fought
is
right
not
now.
legal at all. And federal government straight up said, Colorado legalized it, but guess what? If the feds catch you in Colorado with weed, you are still going to get arrested, and there's nothing you can do about it because the federal government supersedes all state government.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
here's
the
the
way it
crazy part,
fucking
even
is.
New
So the
Jersey-
fact that you're saying Obama is trying to help these people that are in prison for drug charges, no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
There's specific examples of you
Maybe
have.
his PR people are putting
No.
that out there so people will smile on
There was
Obama. but
there was
he's
a woman.
fucking
She
cockknocker.
had over 25 fucking years with 2 kids for just having marijuana that was being sold at her house, and she didn't even fucking know. Apparently, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. You can't argue the
Yeah,
cases of
right.
that. My point exactly. You can't even
Wow.
argue that. It doesn't fucking matter if she knew or not. The fact is, it's 25 fucking years. That shit ain't right. It needs to be reduced. If you did 1 year or fucking community service or something like that, yeah, okay, great. But Obama and that administration at this point in time is saying, okay, that's fucking outrageous. You need to let her out because
but
that's
that's a-
fucking retarded.
that's a
She's already
specialized
served
case.
6 years. No, it's not specialized case. There's many cases
Well,
that are
you just
exactly
said
the same.
she didn't know about it.
Okay,
So that's
yes,
a specialized case.
I'm using
That's an
a specific
extenuating
example.
circumstance.
I'm using a specific example in many circumstances that are being used today
Well,
at
I mean,
this
that
current
was
time.
that was just one extenuating circumstance. That obviously that something's wrong. But all I'm saying is, like I said, it's federally illegal. Obama
Yes.
will lock you up if you have weed in
My
Colorado.
point is, though,
You don't
It's
give
just
a
like
fuck.
here. Like,
I'm not saying
weed
Obama's
has
great.
been illegalized in New
Believe me, I hate
Jersey,
him.
okay?
You don't give a
Weed
fuck.
has been illegalized in New Jersey for certain parts, but
It's only terminal.
Only-
It's medicinal.
Decriminalized.
the only people that can buy marijuana are the people that can buy it from a medicinal house. Like somebody that can go to there and be like, I have a card from the hospital that says I can buy weed. No county in the New Jersey state will pass them to open up a weed shop, basically.
Nobody.
For these
Yeah.
people to be able to buy it. So even though it's legalized from the government, from this to from that, no county is allowing it.
Well, you know why?
So-
They tried to
though?
open up in
No
Willingboro a couple
personnel
years
can go
ago.
in there and actually buy weed. So
Yeah.
even though we have that legalization, just like Oregon or whatever, California, whatever, even though we could be like a state like California, we can't because no county is like Mount Holly has the license to sell marijuana. So right around us, 5 miles down the road, we could easily go buy marijuana. But Mount Holly's county state, nobody has actually, those 5 people that fucking sit in that seat won't go, okay, let's open a weed shop and allow people that have medical marijuana to open this.
Yeah,
and
but
buy
do you
this."
know
The
why
township
though?
keeps voting
It's
against
because
it.
it's not profitable yet. Because if
Not
you
profitable yet,
if you read
exactly.
the laws though,
It's all
in New
about
Jersey,
money.
marijuana is legalized medicinally, but only in super extreme cases, like
Yeah,
Terminal
terminal.
Terminally
illness
ill.
and all that.
That is the answer.
Here's the
to
thing,
But
though,
that's
like,
the thing.
my
How
father-
many? No, listen. How many terminally ill people are there in the state? Not enough to make that business profitable. So they're not
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to
that
start
makes
it
sense.
because they're not going to make any money from it.
And Chris
But
Christie-
how many
it's,
people?
until it's legal for recreational use, that shit ain't like nothing will happen.
Chris
in New
Christie
Jersey.
already said
That's
he
it.
will not legalize marijuana.
Here's
Yeah.
the craziest thing, though, is like my dad, he's had cancer. He's had diabetes from the cancer. He's had thyroid problems from the cancer. He's had so many issues from the cancer that when he gets, like right now, he's got a wrist problem to the point where he's had to have surgery because of arthritis. And it's
Yeah.
elevated arthritis because of the cancer that he's had. And everything that he's had, to be honest, like he smoked weed like as he was younger through the cancer and through this that kind of helped him. But that's a medical issue, and the marijuana would have helped him eat, would have helped him do this. Like he lost 300 pounds. He was very overweight when he had cancer. Like he lost.
Lost.
I'm sorry,
500.
250 pounds. He
Damn.
lost a lot of weight. He was
That's
like 300
still-
pounds
that's
before he lost.
insane
He was
still.
way
That's
overweight. He lost a lot of weight before this. But granted, nowadays, like with his wrist, with this, he's eating like a slice of pizza a day. Like that's all he can like handle to eat. Like that's when the situation is like marijuana actually comes into play.
Yeah.
Like I know
Oh,
there's
yeah.
more people than just my father that need marijuana to survive, to like live.
Oh
to
yeah,
do
there's
these
plenty of
things.
people out there.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the most frustrating. Frustrating
Just to
part
survive, huh?
is that like you know that this will actually help the person, and you have to sneak away with it. You have to sneak by it, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like I
Yeah,
told you for
exactly.
Father's Day, I want to bring my dad like a little piece of marijuana, like a little like dime
Yeah.
bag of marijuana, because I know that'll last him like 2 months.
Nah, it is just funny though, and it all goes back to what I was saying before too. Like people are just way too stubborn with the shit. You know what I mean? Like it's been proven that marijuana has many medicinal uses.
Yeah.
It's been proven that it's not addicting. Like it is not chemically addicting. It's only mentally addicting, which anything
Yes.
can be.
Yeah.
People are addicted to fucking McDonald's. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
exactly.
Or
Simple as
flossing,
that.
or brushing their teeth. Like
yeah,
anybody can be
you
addicted,
can get
to,
addicted
anything.
to anything, and it's all
Absolutely.
just your mindset. So
Absolutely, yep.
it's just silly. That's the reason I don't get into politics, is because every law is based off of ancient fucking ideology, and it's just stupid. It's just fucking stupid. Like the whole thing needs to just be thrown out and revamped. Everything is just retarded. At the core, it's broken. And it's I'm just
America.
pleased. We got too serious with this shit, man.
America.
Nah,
We went long as hell. Got too serious.
you know what? Fuck that. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
this was
That's what it's meant
It
to
was
be about.
awesome.
You're meant to talk about all these kind
Yeah,
of things.
it was awesome.
Not on my show.
I thought it was Ross Reviews All.
all of my shit. It's Ross reviews all he wants. That's what we talk about. But yeah, I don't know. That was still a good time though.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I think we're fucked. We're probably pushing 2.5
We
hours.
are
definitely
well
pushing-
over the limit.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
I was just
really?
wondering-
We're pushing
Probably
That's
2
why I just
hours.
wanted to let it
Probably
be known.
closer.
2
I
hours
wasn't
and
trying to be
45
rude or
minutes.
anything.
We started
but-
at 7:50, I think.
Yeah, 7:50. We're actually we're going on a 3-hour
9:30
mark,
now.
bro.
So yeah, anyone that held on this long, I know that anybody listening to this, I know there's probably so many people that are gonna be listening to this. They're gonna be slapping their table like, "No, that's fucking wrong.
You're
I
wrong.
don't fucking agree."
Wikipedia. Tells me many things.
Like honestly, that's fine. When it comes to politics, half the time I'm talking out my ass because I don't give a fuck.
But at the end
I
of the
do
day,
not
like
care.
politics are all about controversy. You're gonna think one thing, I'm gonna think another thing. Like
Yeah.
that's just what it's about.
And
So-
all of it comes out of your ass.
So
Yeah.
next episode,
Half the people
next
up there have
episode
no
is
idea what
Ross's
they're
car
talking about.
special. We're about to go car special. It's gonna be silence. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
fucking
it's gonna be
launch into
just
some
him
car
talking for 2
technology.
hours.
shit.
That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. He's
Until,
gonna start
like-
talking about cars.
Until
I'm
like
gonna
we'll
fuck him
find
up real
some
quick.
little
I'm gonna be
type
like,
of
oh, yeah, you
gateway
heard about
to,
that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll find some
Try
type
me.
of little
Yeah, I
loophole
will.
to talk about something else.
Try me.
No, my point is I'm gonna
Nah,
show
he-
him up.
He
I'm
wants
gonna
to
show
test
him
me.
Up. I'm gonna show him up on the cars. Yeah, let's
Try
talk
it.
about cars.
Then
for
you
2
better
hours.
research the shit out your shit
Try,
for
bro.
the next week.
I'm gonna research the
I'll
shit
say try it, bro.
Out of your shit.
That'd
out
be
of my
fine.
shit right now.
Try it, man.
Bitch, I got these jalapeno poppers and 4 hours of internet to browse tonight, son. Let's go. So
Well, if you want to read some really cool car technology that for some reason was never pushed to the market, Coates spherical rotary valves.
do me a
Boom.
favor, actually. Can you text me what car site you're going on for your news?
What?
Like news, like main.
Oh,
site
car
you're going-
news? Oh, I was like 7 of them.
Yeah, just text me.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
Because I'm curious, actually.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
'Cause
But
I gotta be
I
ready.
guess I
actually.
should study
I'm
next
not
week
gonna lie.
then too.
no, it's probably really not going to be the car talk because I know that it's
Well, I would just like
we
to
could
know.
do like a little half-hour long.
ridiculous
you know.
words on deaf ears.
I would just like to know what the fuck.
I mean,
is being said.
we could talk about relationships again. I'm just saying.
relationships and cars.
How about
did they-
relationships
how did
with
they go?
cars?
Yeah.
You know, I've had relationships with cars that ended real relationships. It's either me or the Thunderbird. Bye. Get out my house, bitch.
I'm out, bitch.
But yeah, fucking hit me up on Twitter
Bitch.
at RossReviewsAll. Nice and simple. Keep it simple for everybody. Nick, you can hit him up at Apex Beats. That is Apex _ BEATZ. It's Saturday. You can hit Vince up at Has Heat. HAZHEAT. Has Heat. Not like I have heat. It's Has Heat as in hazardous.
I has heat in the past and present.
Hazardous?
Again, you can't
Future.
have so many AKAs.
Oh, sorry. Tools was the best. He had all the AKs.
He said AKA.
AKA Slim Chubs.
Not
AKA
so chubby
not so
anymore.
chubby anymore. AKA.
Yeah, he just popped off on some shit for a minute. But yeah, Katie, you don't have a Twitter or anything, do you?
Nope.
Would you like to reveal any information for listeners to be able to contact you about anything we talked about, or would you rather just remain anonymous, sort of?
I'm good being anonymous for now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sort of anonymous. It's like we got your first name, but nah, you're good.
Yeah, pretty
you're
much.
good. Nobody needs
Only
your Facebook,
female. I'm good with that.
But yeah, I'm sure. I would love it if people blew my Twitter feed up. I want to hear about everything.
Yeah.
Anything we talked about, anything we didn't talk about, any points we missed, anything you wanted to talk about.
How much you hate
Hit
me.
us up on Twitter, please. Hit us up on Twitter. Yeah, if you think I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world, I'm trying to hear about it.
Or if you liked me,
So I can
come back
review
on.
your fucking life.
Yeah, if you can't get Katie's Twitter, you can hit ours and we'll bring it
Yeah,
back. We'll
because,
bring it back.
yeah.
I had a great time. I want to bring it
Yeah, this was probably
I wanna
one of the
bring it
funnest. This
Nah.
back. We want to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a
it's-
great time.
This was
It's
the
kind of
funnest one.
funny, too, because like we just said, like we went super long, but honestly, it didn't feel that long.
No, it didn't at all.
No, that shit went by fast. So
Probably because we got Vince standing up talking about elephant walking and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Dudes holding each other's dicks and shit.
hey,
I'll hold your dick, you
I never
hold
even talked
mine.
about Nick's most embarrassing
Oh,
story.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll save that for next time.
Oh, next
Save that for next time.
deleted
That's
scenes.
perfect. That's perfect.
shit.
Oh,
Oh shit!
We'll let that one slip into obscurity for a little bit until we get some. We'll come back to it. You know,
Mind blown.
We'll come back
That
to
sound
that.
works for everything, man.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter. We're trying to hear your thoughts. We want to hear what you have to
I
say.
might massage your thoughts.
Whoa, you got really into that
Massage my- I
one.
want
My
you to-
ears got excited.
I want you to
Little
Hit
hair
that.
started ticking.
hit that Twitter account up. You know what I mean? Just,
Hit it. Hit
Send me
it.
those sensual words. Those sensual words, man.
Insert chocolate.
I'm trying to hear your.
Insert penis. Jeez.
Damn. Ham bone. Ham bone.
All right, I think we're done, right? We're done.
If you ain't listening, you better be dead.